The things that matter most happen right in our own backyard. Our neighbors, our schools, the places we go, and the people we know. And now there's one news outlet where our story is told. Delaware Live. Locally owned, community-based news. Free to every reader, because Delaware's future belongs to all of us. Quality journalism we can trust to help us take on the day. Delaware Live. Our state, our news, our home.
Local sports now.
It's the 302 Sports Friday night downstate game of the week. Welcome to Delaware's premier high school football pregame show, brought to you by Sodell Concepts, 12 chef-driven restaurants on the culinary coast in southern Delaware. Now let's go live to your host of the Sodell Concepts pregame show, Benny Mitchell.
Local sports.
Hello fans, Benny Mitchell here alongside Scott Gammer. Welcome to Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. It's time to kick off the 2023 season tonight. The defending two-time Class A state champion Laurel Bulldogs make the trip to the Castle to take on Class AAA Sussex Central. It's probably been 35 years since these two schools have met on the gridiron. Scott, the view doesn't get much better than it does here at Sussex Central as the sun begins to set behind the visitor side.
Yeah, it's absolutely perfect night for some high school football. We're excited to kick it off, and nothing can stop us from being here tonight to watch this game, Benny.
Even roadblocks and detours.
Yeah. And we have two of the most storied programs and really in the history of Sussex County. And the thing that stands out to those of us that are watching there's lots of new faces on the field tonight, Benny.
Right, absolutely.
But one of the things that will not change for Laurel and Sussex Central, top-notch coaches.
That's right.
And they're a constant. I'd say Sussex Central's favored in this game by at least a touchdown or two. But the wild card in this is that Laurel is a winner. They have winners. They were 13-0 last year, and they're reloading. They're not rebuilding, Benny. So we're looking forward to a really good game. Sussex Central, Laurel, two of really the best, most consistent programs in Sussex County.
Yeah. The Bulldogs, they were hit hard by graduation. You might say slugged when you say hit hard. 17 seniors lost graduated last year, and that includes quarterback Caden Shockley, who started 44 games for Laurel over the past 4 years. Head coach Joey Jones said that it's hard to replace a guy like that, 44 starts. But he didn't have to look very far for his replacement. Shockley's younger brother, Kobe, a junior, will take over at quarterback this season. Bulldogs coming off that perfect season last year, winning the Class A state championship. This year they're moving up to Class AA, but Laurel was 4-0 in AA games last year, and head coach Joey Jones knows there's some challenges ahead of this year. So tonight, one of them. But he feels his team, he approaches this as a different league, a different schedule from last year, from the 2023 Bulldogs, so they get to create their own identity.
Yeah, absolutely, Benny. And there's one thing that you can't forget about the identity, that a lot of these players here tonight were on that 13-0 team last year. Guys like Xavier Limehouse and Pat Bell, two-way lineman Owen Chaffing. So there's a chance for some younger players really to show their talent. You're talking about the old Henloop and South here.
Right.
In a lot of ways, that's what 2A is. And Laurel is very familiar with a lot of those opponents.
Right.
And I don't think they're going to shy away from a challenge this year. And Coach Jones is ready to play some ball. He said it. He's got some players. He's got some football players and kids that have been playing in that storied Laurel Pop Warner program for years and years and years. So he's ready to play ball, and I'm excited to see what he's going to do with this year's rendition of the Laurel Bulldogs.
And the Golden Knights, they reached last year's Class 3A semifinals, losing to Dover. They came down the home stretch last year just riddled with injuries. Not to make excuses, but they had some guys out, Chris Shields being one of them, Stein being another one. But tonight they start fresh. While they have some holes to fill on offense, several holes, there will not be a returning offensive starter from last year on the field tonight. Their defense returns two of the top defensive linemen in the state, Kyle Custis and Kayvon Moore-Burdell, along with the linebacker Justin Negron, although Custis will not play tonight due to injury. Coach John Wells has to replace all but one player on offense. Moore-Burdell returns at tight end. Malik Bell, he got considerable playing time at fullback last year, backing up Chris Shields. And, not only was he a backup, he was an all-district player as a backup. Gabe Cannon, he's going to take over at quarterback. And Coach Wells says that he's been pleased with his performance so far this summer.
Yeah, and if Coach Wells says he's pleased, that's a really raving recommendation for Gabe Cannon. And those of us that have been following sports in Sussex County, for several years. We know who Gabe Cannon is, and we know the kind of athlete he is and the player he is. So we're looking forward to his opportunity. We saw Sussex Central a lot last year, and we thought they were a title contender, Benny, but the injury bug bit them hard. So we're going to see, can they ride the D with the 2 stars, and how reliable will that wing T be on offense tonight? Last year they had it running great. They got jammed up with some injuries, but we thought for a stretch there that they would look like a real serious state title contender. So we'll see if Coach Wells can bounce back and put together a squad that this town can really be proud of.
Folks, when we come back, we'll take a look at tonight's Arenas Deli's players to watch in tonight's game. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team.
Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career.
Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Sodell Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and
And welcome back. Let's look at tonight's Arenas Deli's players to watch. Arenas Deli's 6 locations. The original location downtown Rehoboth Beach, Arenas Cafe on Highway 1 Rehoboth, in Lewis at the Village of 5 Points, at the airport in Georgetown, Milford, and the new Arenas Pub on Coastal Highway in Lewis. And Scott, we're going to start with the Laurel Bulldogs. And the first guy we're going to talk about is number 72, Owen Chaffetz, 2-way lineman for the Bulldogs. Big kid, tall, strong kid, and was a member of that team last year that won a state title.
Yeah, we watched some tape on him from last year, and he can play ball. He's a tough kid. He plays both ways. He plays hard the whole time. He's a real anchor. They're going to run behind him, and then they're going to rely on him to get pressure and try and jam up the front on that wing T, so that wing T really doesn't get chewing up yards and eat up the clock.
And then next player we want to look at is number 7, Patrick Bell, fullback and defensive lineman. This kid is a big-time player. When he gets going, the Bulldogs get going.
Yeah, and you don't see a lot of the it's a non-traditional role, running back defensive lineman. So Patrick Bell fits the bill on both. He's a kid that's a punishing runner. He also has a little bit of breakaway speed. He was a big part of that team last year, and he's a senior this year, so we're excited to see what he could do. And as he goes, so is this team probably going to go.
And finally, the heartbeat of the Laurel Bulldogs, Xavier Limehouse, number 22, another senior running back, linebacker. Scott, I went over and watched them scrimmage North Carolina. This kid had an interception, a fumble recovery, caught 4 passes, and ran for 4 first downs, and then he played one half of football. He is their guy. He scored the leading touch, the first touchdown in last year's championship game.
Yeah, absolutely, and he's a kid that brings his lunch pail and hard hat to every game. We've watched him in sports since he was in middle school, and I've been impressed by a lot of things about him. I've been impressed by his positive attitude. I've been impressed by his speed and his agility and his ability to help win games, and that's really the kind of guy that you really want on your team and you want a part of what you're trying to do. Xavier Limehouse, looking for a big year out of him.
And for the Sussex Central Golden Knights, start off with Gabe Cannon gets his chance tonight to start at quarterback. He was not who John Wells thought was going to be his quarterback coming into summer camp, but that's the guy he's going to go with. And he's, like I said earlier, he's been very impressed with him. Multi-sport athlete, plays baseball, he wrestles. He is the quarterback on the football team last year. I think he played some linebacker for them. He was one of the top linebackers. So look for this kid to be a quarterback-linebacker combination this season.
Absolutely, and he's got a really high field IQ. He's solid in all sports, doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He's going to be a leader out there. He's a guy that's confident, and he can make things happen. Loved watching him on the wrestling mat the last couple of years, and he's a kid that if you're going to pick somebody to be your main guy, to be your leader, I think Gabe Cannon's an excellent choice for Coach Wells. And then the linebacker, Justin Negron. He's made a name for himself. His brother, the state champion wrestler, Negron, the linebacker, all-district linebacker for the Sussex Central Golden Knights. He's a senior now. Again, another guy that gets his chance to step into the light. Yeah, and he can fly around, and he'll stick his nose right in there. He makes some hits. He laid some guys out last year. He's got this surprising speed, and he's made some excellent plays. So he's a guy that I really think he's a spark plug type guy. He's a potential pest to the game type guy for us, Benny, and he's a guy that's really going to be a catalyst for making things happen on defense.
And finally, our last player to watch here for the Golden Knights is Kayvon Moore-Brodell. We got to see him play last year, and he's one of the top defensive linemen in the state, all three classes. He's going to be a guy that's going to try to get in the backfield and cause havoc for the Laurel Bulldogs tonight.
Yeah, last year we came down and watched warm-ups early, and this kid passes the eye test because I was like, who let the college player out on the field, man? He looks like he's ready to play at all times, and he had a great year last year. Like you said, one of the top defensive linemen, and Delaware has been real deep in defensive linemen the last couple of years, and this kid carries on that tradition, and we're looking to see a lot out of him this year.
Folks, we'll be right back after this commercial timeout. Me and Scott are going to break down the X's and O's, what we think both teams have to do tonight to win this game. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout. You're watching Delaware Live on 302 Sports.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Fish On in the Villages of 5 Points. Come check us out. Fish On is committed to serving beautiful, simple coastal cuisine in a cool atmosphere with a happening bar, spacious dining room, and outside patio. Popular dishes include the seafood stew and fresh oysters from the raw bar. Fish On's recently renovated event room and is the perfect spot for your next event. Fish On in Lewis in the Villages of 5 Points, open 7 days a week, best happy hour around. See you soon. Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer from Soto Concepts. Today we're at Lupo Italian Kitchen in downtown Rehoboth Beach. Come check us out. Located inside the Hotel Rehoboth, Lupo serves coastal Italian cuisine with fresh pasta made in-house daily. Lupo features plenty of unique craft cocktails and an extensive award-winning all-Italian wine list. Popular dishes include lobster bucatini, veal meatballs, grilled swordfish, and eggplant parmesan. Lupo Italian Kitchen on Rehoboth Avenue, serving happy hour daily and dinner 7 days a week. See you soon.
And welcome back to the Castle here in Georgetown, Delaware. Benny Mitchell with Scott Kammerer. It's time for the X's and O's here on our Friday night, actually our Thursday night game of the week. Friday night being played on Thursday, I guess we'll say. But it's time to see what the Bulldogs have to do, Scott. I think, number one, they have to contain the Golden Knights running game.
Yeah, when you talk about a wing tee, really what the Knights are looking to do is 3 yards and a cloud of dust. Though this is a beautiful Bermuda field, you won't see much dust out here.
Right.
But what the Knights really want to do is run the ball. They want to use their counters, and they want to eat up yards, and they want to control the ball. So really, they need to keep them to 2 yards and not use
Right.
4 downs to get a first down. That's really what the third downs are going to be real important here tonight, Benny.
Laurel, they need to get a score early and settle in.
Yeah, and that's one of the things that I think from a confidence level. Laurel saying, hey, who are we this year? What do we have? Last year we had the best team in the state in 1A. We rolled over people. We beat some bigger teams. But who are we this year? We lost 17 seniors. And we were at senior night at Laurel last year. I think they had like 40 seniors between the band, the cheerleader. We couldn't believe it. We were totally blown away about the turnout they had. So how do you replace that? And there's only one way, and you'll find out tonight if they can replace that.
Stay on schedule. Shorten the game with your own run game.
Yeah, and that's the thing, too, because if Bell and Xavier Limehouse can get going, they can get a little thunder and lightning thing going, and they can take over the game and shorten the game and not give Coach Wells' offense too many chances. Because if you give the wing tee too many chances, they're eventually going to churn up yardage on you.
And that's Sussex Central, the Golden Knights, what they need to do tonight, I think, number one, be efficient on first down.
Absolutely, and if they could get into a short game where they pick up 4, 5, 6 yards on the first down, and then have two downs to get to pick up another first down, that's when they start getting in the clock control where Sussex Central is going to be very, very dangerous. And Sussex Central actually has a bit of a size advantage,
Sure.
So that's going to play out, especially if they start ripping off first downs in a steady manner.
For the Knights, they need to get off the field on third down.
Yeah, and that's the truth. We've been saying that from almost all the games. It happens on third down. Third down's where it's all about. If you get to stop on third down, you're going to win the game. If you don't, it's going to be a long night, and eventually your defense is going to get worn down.
And finally, no big plays on the defense.
Yeah, well, you could say all you want about that. No big plays. But both these teams have playmakers on both sides of the ball. And I'm expecting actually quite a few big plays. Xavier Limehouse can break it open. He's electric on both sides of the ball. Bell. And I really think that you're going to see something out of Gabe Cannon tonight that a lot of us that have been watching sports for a while around here are really expecting to see.
And we're going to take one more commercial timeout, and that's going to be from our new halftime stat sponsor, Surf Bagel. We'll be right back after this timeout.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School, better known as the Castle around here. As the getting ready to kick off here, we're powered by 302 Sports. I'm Benny Mitchell. Providing color tonight in this game is my broadcast partner, Scott Kammerer. Donald Flowers, Brandon Hill on the cameras, along with Ethan Minshew. Scott, he's in his final game with us tonight. He'll be moving to Florida on Sunday. So our couple-year cameraman is headed down to Florida with some big plans, and we wish the best of luck to him. And sorry to see him go. Dave Marvel is our statistician, and your halftime stats are brought to you by Surf Bagel. As we approach kickoff, it's time to check out the playing conditions with the Turf Report. We are on Bermuda grass tonight. Field condition is excellent, 78 degrees, and a lot of wind, but it's blowing across the field.
Yeah, this is like the perfect day to play football. I mean, I feel like everyone's ready to go. Even the referees' uniforms are crisp and pressed, and they look ready to go. They're out here early, and they're lining up on the tunnel and getting ready to go.
Scott, let's thank our 2023 sponsors, Barkley Heating and Air, Capstone Homes, Juwan Johnson State Farm, Arenas Deli, Active Pest Solutions, Louis Pizza, Sodell Concepts, and Grandpa Mac. A lot of good food in there.
That's what I'm talking about. Sussex Central grads owning Grandpa Mac's?
Yeah, the Cameron brothers.
Yep.
Played soccer and wrestled. Actually, Orion lives in my neighborhood.
He was a conference champ, right?
I'm not sure if him or his brother.
I think it was him.
So, folks, we're getting ready for some high school football in Sussex County. It doesn't get any more Sussex County than the Golden Knights and the Laurel Bulldogs. Apologize for that brutal sun coming into the cameras right now, but it should be down in about the next 10 to 15 minutes, a little bit after kickoff.
Yeah, I thought for a second there was a smoky haze, but I think that they're cooking Italian sausages in the concession stand.
And here we go, folks. Here come the Laurel Bulldogs, the defending Class A, two-time state champs. And I talked about on the show the other night, Joey Jones. He is he's like the junkyard dog. He'll play you anywhere, anytime, any place. He'll play in a parking lot. You know, he steps right up and moves to Double-A and says, hey, you know what, we're going to take on the Golden Knights.
Yeah, and I saw he was talking quite a bit about his experience in 1A, and while he was, like any coach, happy to be down in 1A, he is not backing down from the challenge in 2A, and he came right back and scheduled Cesar Rodney and Sussex Central 2 3A teams right off the bat, so he truly isn't backing down from any challenge.
And we'll have that game in a couple weeks when the Riders head to Laurel. And I don't know if Laurel and Cesar Rodney, maybe in the 70s, but I know it's been since the 80s that these two teams have met on the field. It used to be a little bit of a rivalry.
Yeah, and I feel like Cesar Rodney has fallen on some hard times the last few years. They have a new coach, though, and they're definitely ready to get something going there. Coach Strickland is looking to really ramp things back up, and Laurel is a team that's been at the top for quite a few years now, so they're just taking on any challenger. So I actually think that's going to be a great game, an evenly matched game.
Yeah, William Penn and CR kicked off at 4 today. Last I checked, William Penn was winning 34-21 late in the third quarter. Laurel had a chance that they cut it to a touchdown lead, and then Penn ran back the kickoff for a touchdown. So now we're just waiting for the Golden Knights to come on the field. I think they're just making their way through the fence.
Yeah, it looks like they're going out for the toss. Oh.
That was the Sussex Central High School Marching Band with the national anthem.
Yeah.
And the captain is about to go out in the field for the coin toss.
Yeah, so you have number 1, William Abbott, headed out there, along with number 3, Gabe Cannon for Sussex Central, number 4, Jace Peden, and number 18, Justin Negron. And a packed house here on the Sussex Central side, as always.
Yeah, they're filling up here.
Really good crowd.
Student section in their construction gear. It is construction night here at Sussex Central. Laurel side starting to fill in a little bit. I'm sure the Laurel Bulldogs will be well traveled by kickoff.
Yeah, it looks like Xavier Limehouse and 72 Owen Chaffinch.
Patrick Bell.
And Patrick Bell coming out.
Roy Scotton. Interesting to see if number 15, Tate Walls, plays tonight. He was injured for their scrimmage last week. He scored a touchdown in the championship game last year. When I talked to him after the scrimmage, he said, I will be there. But I think
Love the confidence of a young guy.
I think the doctors are going to have more to say about it than that.
Yeah, those pesky doctors.
Right.
Looks like Sussex Central will receive.
Laurel Bulldogs will defend the north end zone.
And it looks like that banner's ready to be broken, Benny.
Yes, it is.
Here comes Sussex Central. The Delaware and American flag out front.
Thank you, first responders. It must be first responders night as well as construction night. I think, Scott, we could have been for a short game tonight, the way these two play. They both like to run the ball, and that just keeps the clock running. And here come the Sussex Central Golden Knights.
Here come your Sussex Central High School 2023 football team led by head coach John Wells.
John Wells in his 20-some-odd season here for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, and he's one of the better softball football coach combo in the state and has been for a number of years. He's put together some really great teams over the years.
So we're still waiting to opening kickoff here as the referees come onto the field. And there go the Bulldogs. They'll be going from right to left on your screen. The Bulldogs, white helmets, white jerseys, white pants, kind of like a little stormtrooper.
I love the look, Benny. I
Yeah.
think it's really slick.
And then here come the Golden Knights. They're in the all blue. Royal blue helmets, royal blue jerseys, and royal blue pants jerseys with the gold numbers. The blue and gold of Sussex Central.
It looks like Sixto Niz Escobar, number 97, is kicking off for the Laurel Bulldogs.
Back deep, number 23, Samuel Pusey. I hope I got that right. Number 7, William Harmon. We saw him make some big plays last year, Scott.
Absolutely.
And number 5, Malik Bell. Here we go, the Class AA. Laurel Bulldogs and the Class AAA Sussex Central Golden Knights.
Yeah, I mean, who do you pick out of that crew to kick to?
I hope this kid, if I'm the coach, I hope he kicks it deep, you know.
Yeah. I'm going to guess a lot of times they've been doing a shorter kick.
There's the short kick. It's going to be picked up by Harmon at about the 15-yard line. Takes it back to a middle wedge. And hit by number 35, Kamani Roberts. And that's going to put the ball first and 10 at the 32-yard line for the Golden Knights.
I mean, decent field position to start. And they're on looks like around the 40.
First and 10 as they break the huddle. And the first appearance of quarterback number 3, Gabe Cannon, taking over for the Golden Knights this year as their signal caller. He goes under center in the wing T formation.
They have
Wing to the right side.
Malik Bell in the backfield.
Breaks the tackle and gets it out to about the 37, 38-yard line for a second down.
Bell just has that look, Benny, like they're going to give him the ball a lot. Reminds me of when they ran Earl Campbell 62 times,
Right.
and he said, well, that ball's not very heavy. So I think they're going to run him a lot. We're looking maybe 20 carries a game for Bell.
Second and call it 5 here for the Golden Knights. Ball at the 38. Hand off to Harmon this time around the right side. Stiff arm, gets away, picked up by number 7, Shakai Parker, for a first down for Golden Knights. And they have switched jerseys on me. They originally had Bell as number 7. He's now wearing number 23.
Great stiff arm
Yeah.
by Harmon.
First and 10 for the Knights. Ball at the 45. And sometimes, with this Golden Knights offense, guys, like they don't ever skip a beat. They just put new guys in.
Yeah, and that's when, you have that really good coach and really good system. They just keep reloading.
This is Sturgis on the carry. He's got a first down for the Golden Knights. Out to about into plus territory for Sussex Central. We have a flag on the play. New rule this year, Scott. The holding penalty is now from the line of scrimmage, no longer a spot foul. And that's what we have is a holding penalty.
That's the kind of penalty that drive coach is crazy. You got a nice sustained drive, ripping off big yardage. But early on, it looks like Sussex Central line is kind of having their way with the Laurel defensive line. So Sturgis is impressing me. We saw him a lot last year too. He was someone that we thought could be a key player for them this year.
So first and 17 for the Golden Knights. Loss of 7 on the penalty. Golden Knights in some brand new uniforms, Scott.
I love it. The boosters are taking care
That's
of them.
right.
Well, somebody is.
Motion. Pitch out to Harmon. Harmon cuts it back inside and tackled for about a yard gain of 1. Tackle made by number 1, Roy Scotton.
And they were one block away from really breaking that thing. 78, James Morin had a guy in the sights, just couldn't make that last key block. Scotton had a great year last year, too. He's a guy that we talked a lot about throughout the whole season.
Going to be a second and about 16 for the Golden Knights. Ball at their own 39-yard line. First quarter play here. And that's going to be Bell up the middle, and he is stuffed after about a gain of 2. Chaffinch comes up off the pile. Number 58. Scott, you know who that is. That's Joseph Baynard, the Henlopen Conference Wrestling Heavyweight State Champion.
And
Conference Champion.
Yeah, he looks like a conference champion. And, looking at Owen this year, number 72, he's another one. I think he's put some work in the weight room, and he looks really good, mobile. He looks agile, hostile, and
There you
mobile.
go. Third down, and let's call it about 14.
And I think Cannon is everything we thought he was going to be. Very calm, not making a lot of mistakes, distributing the ball well.
Bulldogs come on a blitz. He's hit as he throws, and incomplete.
Wow. He had a guy underthrew just a little bit.
That looked like Bell on the hit. So that's going to bring up 4th and long. I talked to a couple Lake Forest coaches. They scrimmaged Sussex Central in the week 2 of scrimmages, and they said Cannon's got an arm, and once he gets his time done, about midseason, watch him come on as a good quarterback, as a throwing quarterback.
I mean, he got a nice 3-step drop. He got his back foot set, and he leaned into it. He just came up a little short on that. So looks like Laurel has Xavier Limehouse back to field the punt. So we'll see if he can put the electricity into the stadium right now.
Kicks away, nice spiral, and Limehouse will take it at about his own 18-yard line. Moves to the right side, gets a block on the corner, breaks a tackle, and gathered up by a bunch of Golden Knights, and he takes it out about the 31, but there is a flag on the play at midfield.
They got laundry on the field.
Hey.
I'll tell you what, though, Limehouse has that look. Like, he could break it at any time. He was one move away on that outside to turn that corner. What do you think, hold?
It's going to be a hold on Laurel.
Yeah, hold on Laurel. That's not what Coach Jones wants
from the
to
end
see.
of the run, too.
No, that's a problem.
So each team penalized for holding so far in this game. That's going to be 1st and 10. Let's see where the mark-off ends. And it's going to be at, looks like their 22-yard line for the Laurel Bulldogs. Their first possession of the season.
So let's see what kind of rendition this season's Laurel Bulldogs have.
Oh, it's going to be the old double wing with the single back.
There you go. Scotton on the near side.
Scotton goes in motion. Hand off to Bell up the middle. Has some running room. Gets it out across the 30.
I'll tell you what.
Pickup of about 8.
If you squint, Shockley looks a lot like his brother.
They're built just alike.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, if you squint the right way. And he was built like a linebacker last year. I mean, when you start 44 games, I mean, you got to be doing something right.
Coach Jones said, he ran the JV for 2 years. He feels confident with him under center. Second down and about 2 for the Bulldogs. Limehouse goes in motion. It's going to be a Bell again, but he is hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards.
Yeah, and that's 23 on the tackle for Sussex Central.
And the groan, number 19.
And the groan, number 19.
Or 18.
Yeah, 18.
Call a loss of 1 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 3 for the Dogs. So there's your fans are going to get their sunset now, Scott.
It's beautiful.
It's
beautiful sunset.
Yeah, it's one of the best views in Sussex County.
And it's really nice for the announcers when it goes down.
Right.
For the spotters, it's really good.
They have second down on the pole, but it's going to be Bell again. He gets a step. He's close to the first down. In on the tackle, number 9, Burdell. But he's at the first down.
Yeah, number 23 on that tackle again.
That's Samuel Pusey.
Samuel Pusey.
1st and 10 for the Dogs, so their first down of the season.
And this is really classic Laurel Bulldog football here.
Yeah, last year they weren't, they didn't hit a lot of big runs or big plays. They just moved it down the field and punched it in.
They matriculated the ball.
That's right.
Right down the field.
Shockley goes under center, his first appearance as a varsity player for the Laurel Bulldogs. And it's going to be a toss to Scotton. Scotton's got the edge out across the 40. There's a flag on the play.
That's a first down if it goes against Sussex Central regardless.
Probably going to be a hold or a block in the back.
Yeah, 99 and 9 out there for Sussex Central.
And
on that
it
play.
is going to be a hold. Holding Sussex Central, or excuse me, Laurel.
I tell you what, holding at the point of attack is called 100% of the time.
Right.
In high school. That's one you can't. There's nowhere to hide on that one.
So it's going to make it about 1st and 11.
And the way you really know it's a hold is it was right in front of the Laurel bench and not one Laurel coach
Right.
said anything.
Yeah.
But they will when they do film on Monday, though, or Friday. They'll be sure to mention that.
1st and 11 for the Dogs. Under 7 minutes here to play in the first quarter. Laurel's first possession of the season. Shockley under center, wings to both sides.
Got a good matchup with number 9.
And it's going to be a toss to Limehouse this time. Limehouse has got the edge. One got a beat, and he goes out of bounds. But he's got enough for the first down as he goes out of bounds.
Yeah, it's 1:23 and 7 on the play for Sussex Central.
Abbott again and Harmon. And Pusey.
Pusey's been in on about 60% of the plays so far. Limehouse was very close to breaking that one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he just had that one. If he could have got that stiff arm, it was goodbye. But now it's 1st and 10 from midfield at the 50.
Laurel really just executing well. Their offensive line is just making crisp blocks and really neutralizing the players for Sussex Central.
Bell up the middle, but he's hit right away by number 6, Sturgis. It's J. Juwan Sturgis. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
With a really textbook tackle. Almost a double leg takedown drive through him.
He middle linebacker there for the Knights. Looks like they're running is that a 4-3?
Yeah. I think it's
might be a 4-4. Let's see where.
I think number 3 is a.
I'm trying to see where he's going to line up at.
Yeah, I think he's playing a safety position.
Like a strong safety.
Strong safety, yeah. He's going to the strong side.
2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs at midfield. Scotton goes in motion. It's going to be a toss to Scott, and he is trapped in the backfield, wrapped up and thrown down by number 99, Deontay Shepard.
Deontay Shepard with a big play. He really, they tell you that, get upfield, don't let him get around you, contain the edge, and look for help. But in that case, he didn't need much help, Benny.
Now, loss of 5 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 15. Let's see if Shockley is going to release the ball for the first time this season. Or in his career, actually.
Yeah, and to me, I'm watching him play. He does not look like this is his first game. He does not look very stressed.
2 years as the JV starter behind his brother, the junior.
Which is really a great transition.
I believe Kobe might be a lefty. We'll see, maybe. Under center is. And he's going to drop back. He's got a man pressure, steps up in the pocket, and he is sacked for a yard loss.
That's Gabe Cannon on the sack.
So your quarterback's making sacks.
I like that.
So pressure off the edge. I thought there may have been a reach out there. It wasn't called, but unable to get away from that Knights pressure. And they'll punt it away. Number 1, Roy Scotton will punt the ball away. Back deep, number 7, Will Harmon.
And you were right about that. Scotton was a lefty. He set up the throw, pulled it down, and ran. He looks like he could scramble a bit, too, so he might be able to pick up some chunks on some draws.
Gets this one away. A floater down the right side. Takes the Laurel bounce inside the 25 to about the Sussex Central 23, where they'll get their second chance on offense.
We're going to call that a knuckleball.
Yeah. It was a floater.
No spin on the knuckleball. You never know what's going to happen.
Head coach John Wells with Cannon giving him his play.
Always a good bond between quarterback and coach in high school.
Central, one of the last teams running the wing tee, and John Wells, he's going to stick with it. He does have some packages where they will go shotgun, but that's been their bread and butter for 20+ years.
And really, that counter,
that
belly counter, is really that's their version of a Hail Mary.
There's your counter right there. Little inside handoff to number 6, Jawan Sturgis. He picks up about maybe a yard, maybe a yard and a half on the play. It's going to bring up 2nd down and long.
Yeah, and Sturgis getting his touches. I mean, he's gotten a few touches and made a few plays on defense, so it's good to see him being such a big part of the game. He wrestled too, didn't he?
Who's that?
Sturgis?
Not him. You're thinking of another Sturgis.
I thought I recognized
You're thinking of Terrell Sturgis.
That's
he
it.
Graduated. Under center is Cannon. Hand off to Harmon. Harmon cuts it up in the inside. Bell with the initial hit, and then a big hit from who's there at the end.
That's 23, Pat Bell, and then.
Let's see who that was that pushed it back.
I think that was Scotton.
No, let's hold on. I don't like these numbers.
Yeah, they're hard to read.
I still got my eyes on him. It looks like a number 8, Tate Walls. I thought he was going to be 15. So I guess he is playing.
Yeah, Tate Walls is playing, the junior for Laurel, number 8.
Or unless that's a 3. Yeah.
Well, we'll find out.
Anyway, 2nd and about 5.
No, that's 3. Playing outside linebacker.
Harmon goes in motion. And it's going to be a handoff to Sturgis. Steps away from a tackle. He's out to about the 40. Crosses the 40, keeps his feet, and knocked out of bounds at the 50-yard line. First down for the Golden Knights.
Great block out on the wing by number 7, Will Harmon, really, to spring that. And Sturgis did not give up.
That was number 9, Isaiah Miller, on the stop. .237 left to play here in the first quarter. No score. Both teams have seen some positive on their offense in drive stall, but now the Golden Knights got something going. They're in plus territory for the second time tonight.
Both the first drives were really good. They both got bogged down by holding penalties. So we'll see if Sussex Central can avoid some penalties here and keep it rolling.
And it's going to be Bell hit at the line of scrimmage.
That's a big tackle.
That's your heavyweight conference champ, number 58, Joseph Baynard, the sophomore.
All season last year, I kept saying to myself, that kid's not a freshman, but he sure was.
That brings up 2nd and 10. No gain on play.
I mean, he had that nice step into the backfield and met him right at the line before he got ahead of steam. That's really how you got to play that.
2nd and 10 for the Golden Knights. This one goes to Harmon as he weaves his way through for a gain of about 3 on the play.
I do like that Harmon falls forward, though, and gets that extra yards every time. I mean, he keeps his pads down and vertical and gets that extra yardage, and that adds up when you got a running game like the wing T.
It's going to be a 3rd down and call it 7 for the Golden Knights. Cannon brings the play in from the sidelines. Both these coaches relay their play through the quarterback, so the quarterback has to come off the field and go back. We'll see with both of them playing both ways how that goes in the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
Those legs get tired.
You worry about fatigue with all these guys going both ways on both sides of the ball.
This is Harmon hit in the backfield. Number 34, Blake Hudson with the tackle, or 24, excuse me. Tymir DeShields.
Tymir DeShields came flying up from his backfield position to make a play.
That's going to bring up a fourth down. Loss on the play, 4th and 12.
Is this 4-down territory?
Nah, they'll be punting this way.
Kicking it.
At the punt, number 88, Jaquan Rodriguez Costa.
He's a big punter, Benny.
Yes, he is.
He is a big punter.
Ball low. Snap is
blocked. And picked up by
Patrick
23.
Bell.
If this was the NFL, that'd be a touchdown.
All right. Patrick Bell with the block and the recovery, and that's going to give Laurel the ball in Sussex Central territory for the first time tonight.
He jumped up and caught it and then couldn't keep his footing to run it in for a touchdown.
And Bell even paused. I don't know if you saw it. He paused for a second and then just went right at the foot.
I mean, that's about as good as you could block a punt.
Right.
It doesn't really get any better than that. I don't know how he came off the line. He came off the edge so untouched.
39 seconds to go. 1st and 10 for the Laurel Bulldogs inside the Sussex Central 40. Scotton goes in motion. It's going to be a toss to Scott. Oh, it's going to be a pass wide open down the about the 10. That's a caught by number 3, Asante Laughlin, for a Laurel first down, and they are in the red zone.
And that's what really experienced coaches do. After a turnover, they go for the jugular.
Go right after it, yeah.
They go right after it, try and jam it down their throat, and that's what they did. And
Ball at the 4-yard line, 1st and goal for the Bulldogs.
And Scotton's just really an all-around player. We've really enjoyed watching him.
Scotton and Limehouse at the wings. And a little trouble with the snap there. And there's going to be no gain on the play, maybe even a loss of a yard.
Just enough to throw off the timing. Trouble with the snap.
So the clock's going to run out here on the first quarter.
That's a fast first quarter.
Scott, your score at the end of one quarter of play. Laurel Bulldogs 0, Sussex Central 0. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School, known as the Castle around here, as the Laurel Bulldogs taking advantage of a blocked punt. And now they're down at the 4-yard line, 2nd down and goal. And I'm going to have to stick my head out the window because they're at the corner of the field that I can't see.
You know, Benny, watching this Laurel Bulldogs in the first quarter, they look a lot like last year's team.
Yes, you're right.
They really do. And I was thinking losing 17 seniors, but they don't look a whole lot different. I mean, they got players at all the positions, all over the field. They probably lack a little bit of depth that they had last year, but they got the playmakers they had last year. You got Scott, you got
Limehouse,
Stockley, you got
Bell.
Limehouse, you got Bell. So I mean, they're not as depleted as first anticipated.
Sussex Central band striking it up. They get better and better every year themselves.
Yeah, they do. I love a good high school band. I'll tell you what, when you're at a parade and the Dell State band shows up,
Right.
it's on.
So here we go. 1st or 2nd and goal at the 4 for the Laurel Bulldogs. Shockley goes under center. Scott and Limehouse on the wings, Bell in the backfield. And it's going to be the keeper by Shockley. He's going to pick up about 3 or 4.
Yeah, and he was down at, looks like the 1.
They're just inside the 1.
But this will show maturity if the first-year starter could punch it in here. This is a really opportune time for them. They need to score here. They need to capitalize on the turnover, the block punt, and we're going to call it a trick play with Scott throwing it.
Right, the pitch back pass.
But they really need to strike now.
3rd down and goal from about the 1-yard line. Shockley under center. And quarterback sneak.
It looked like a parting of the Red Sea in there.
And it is a touchdown for number 6, the quarterback.
Stokely keeping the tradition alive in Laurel. Well, a nice little keeper sneak from the 1. Punching it in for the first score of the game.
And I said in the notes, Scott, pregame, the Bulldogs probably would like to score early, score first.
If they could score early and then slow it down.
Snaps down, kick is up, and it's good. The Laurel Bulldogs lead the Sussex Central Golden Knights 7-0 here in the second quarter. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Juwan Johnson and find out how you could start saving today. It's just another way we're here to help life go right.
And welcome back to Sussex Central. They moved from Class A to Class AA, and they lead one of the Class 3A powers in Delaware. Sussex Central 7-0, but it is early. Sussex Central going to get another crack here as Laurel kicks it away.
And you really felt like in the first quarter, Laurel was really moving the ball well. They got stuck with that holding penalty. They were just looking to break loose, and they were feeling them out, seeing what worked, what didn't work. And Coach Jones really capitalized on that turnover, and Stokely showed me something there. I mean, he really did. He showed some maturity. He got the first sneak. He got stood up and fell forward. Then he came right back, and it was a beautiful play.
And the ball kicked away by the Dogs and bounces around front. Did he touch it? Nope, he did not. So it's going to be illegal procedure on Laurel. That ball bounced right at his feet, but he was able to stay away from it.
So we'll see if the rookie quarterback can respond with a drive of his own. After Shockley put together a nice little drive himself. Highlighted by a sneak and a trick play. And you're talking about Coach Jones. He can win a lot of different ways, and
he was the former quarterback at Salisbury, and it's kind of the offense you're seeing here.
Yeah, he's showing some versatility.
And the Dogs are going back to their sideline. Not sure what's going on. Oh, they're going to re-kick it. So back deep is Bell and 23, Samuel Pusey, and 7, Harmon. I tell you, so far, Laurel has really kind of neutralized Bell. He had the one good run.
Yeah, I was hoping he's going to get 20 carries a game, but it doesn't look like he's on pace for that. I think he has 4.
He had the one 4-yard run, and then they've hit him in the hole a couple times. And if you take away that guard trap, it kind of slows down that wing T.
Yeah, and Sturgis had a couple good carries. Harmon had a couple good carries. So they like to spread the ball around. I have seen at times where Central does give it to the hot hand. So Coach Wells might just be looking to see who has the hot hand before he really starts distributing the touches.
So here we go. The Bulldogs to re-kick it. Kicks this one high in the air. It's going to be taken about the 22-yard line. Dropped. Regains his feet. Uh-oh, he's at the 50, the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10. And he takes it back for a touchdown after the initial bobble on the catch was just gave time to open things up, Scott.
And I think that's how they drew it up. I mean, I think that was very well designed play.
So the Golden Knights answer very quickly.
We didn't know what was going on.
he was able to pick it back up and get his feet back under him, and then found some space on the right side, and down the sideline he went. The kicker was right on his tail, Cisco Escobar.
We talk about that a lot. A lot of times you'll see that in high school where there's a play like that where everyone kind of freezes a little bit,
right.
And then they make their move.
And that's Escobar Gonzalez with the extra point. That was he.
After that run, that young man deserves a little drink of water on the sideline.
Right. So your score with 11:01 to play here in the second quarter. Laurel 7, Sussex Central 7. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Congratulations, Dover Federal, on 60 years in business in Delaware. You've been by our side since our doors opened.
Thank you so much for giving me a call on so many years ago when I had no credit.
You helped our business grow into what it is today.
As a military family, thank you for supporting the financial needs of servicemen and their loved ones.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal Credit Union.
Happy anniversary, Dover Federal.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Local people, local decisions, Dover Federal Credit Union.
And welcome back to the Castle. Sussex Central answers with a kickoff return for a touchdown, and it's all tied up at 7-7. As you said during the breaks, Pusey having a game.
He is, and as much as the first quarter had potential for both teams, the second quarter is delivering. They are delivering, and there's 11 minutes left in the second quarter, and we've had more action here in the last few minutes than we did the previous whole quarter. So 23, Sam Pucci really having a game, a breakout game as far as I'm concerned.
Right. So the Knights will kick it away. That's 35. Escobar Gonzalez, and he had plenty of room when he got through that goalpost there, Scott, on his extra point kick.
He's got a leg.
Kicks it high, going to be taken at about the 15-yard line, and that's going to be Limehouse, and he's going to get out to about the 31.
That's Shepard on the tackle. No, that's 10 and 7.
1st and 10 for the Laurel Bulldogs at their own 31. So can they answer?
Isaiah Rowe and William Harmon on the tackle.
11 minutes to play here in the second quarter. No scoring in the first, and then less than 1 minute into the second quarter, both teams score.
And let's see how Laurel responds. I mean, tough times build adversity in teams, so I don't think Laurel thought they were going to come in here and walk away with it, so we'll see how they respond.
Shockley under center. Limehouse goes in motion. Quick handoff on the jet sweep to Limehouse. Turns it back inside. Picks up about 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
It looked like 60 on the tackle for Sussex Central. That's Victor Perez, a junior. We're going to call him in the vicinity.
So a gain of 3. 2nd and 7 for the Dogs. Ball at their own 35-yard line.
You got 9, Isaiah Miller, split out to the near side.
Going to be up the middle with Bell. He's going to pick up a couple. Tackled by a gang of Sussex Central tacklers. Looked like 50 was the lead on the tackle, and that's Chet Fermanek. Or is that a 60?
That's 60.
Victor Perez.
That's Victor Perez with back-to-back in the middle of the scrum.
2nd and 5 for the Laurel Bulldogs. Scotton goes in motion this time. It's going to be tossed to Scotton, and he is wrapped up in the backfield again. And big loss on the play. Initial hit made by 99 Shepard and cleaned up by Cannon.
Shepard's playing tough on the outside. I mean, he's not letting anything get around him. He's long, and he plays the position well. He gets up the field, cuts off the angle, and allows his linebackers to come up and clean things up.
Loss of 5 on the play. Brings up a 4th and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
That's the key play of the drive so far.
Right. Scotton back to punt. Will Harmon at about the, 42?
Yeah, Scott with a nice
end
kick.
over end. He calls for the fair catch. And it'll be Sussex Central Football. Good field position about their own 42.
Yeah, and we'll see what the Sussex Central offense could do. They're coming back out. They haven't been on the field much this quarter. Their last possession was a kickoff return for a touchdown.
Right.
I've been impressed with both teams so far. Very disciplined, not a lot of mistakes, playing hard, taking advantage of situations. Very good sportsmanship on both sides.
So 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights, actually at their 43. Cannon will go under center, wing team formation, wing to the right. Handoff up the middle to Bell, and he is just getting wrapped up. 24 with the cleanup there. That's the Shields. Actually may have pushed him forward and gave him about 2 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 8.
Yeah, that's 72 on the initial hit, 24 with the cleanup. And 72, Owen has been in the middle of everything on both sides of the ball. He had the blowout block on that sneak on the touchdown for Laurel, and big stop here on 1st down.
2nd and call it 8.
Looks like a blitz from Scott.
Oh, it's going to be a keeper by Cannon. He's got the blocker out in front of him. He's got the 1st down inside the 40 and goes out of bounds. 1st down for the Golden Knights.
That's 2 Elijah Niblett with the junior from Laurel bringing them down, saving the touchdown tackle.
54 Anthony Taylor with the big block there on the edge.
A lot of poise by Cannon on that play. Scott in on a middle linebacker fire blitz. That's what we called it.
Yeah, right. 1st and 10 from the 36-yard line of Laurel. This time handoff to, that's 6. Sturgis. He picks up about, let's see where they go. Looks like they're going to pick up about 4 on the play. Brings up 2nd down.
Yeah, Sturgis and Sampucci both playing a big role. So you never know who is going to step up. Every team, every year, high school kids grow and mature. They hit the weight room in the offseason, and, we're seeing good stuff out of them. Sussex Central line getting some good blocking.
Yeah. Well, that was 54. We called that out a minute ago. He pulled on that play, got downfield, made a huge block. This brings up 2nd and 6.
54 Anthony Taylor. He's a senior. Pulling guard's a staple of the wing tee.
Rolls out, does Cannon. Has the man open over the middle. Hit right away, and incomplete pass. Who was that on the hit? Was that Scott? Yes.
That was 2 Niblett.
Oh, number 2, Niblett.
Yeah.
Elijah Niblett.
And let me tell you, that looked really nice. Cannon made a great play. 54 again with the pull and the block. Cannon out there, hit the guy. Niblett just made a nice play.
Yeah.
88 on the catch.
Little wing tee waggle hits the drag pattern with the tight end, but Niblett right there to knock it loose.
And Costa was open. I mean, he was open, and he's a big target that Cannon could hit.
3rd down for the Golden Knights. Ball at the 32-yard line of Laurel. Cannon goes up under center, wing to the left.
Offsides, jumped. Center of the line for Laurel.
Let's see which way they're going to call it, though. They didn't throw the flag right away.
Yeah, I didn't see. Of course, Laurel's pointing at Sussex Central,
right,
but I didn't see anyone on Central move.
The running back moved forward, but that was after. Yeah. It's going to be on Laurel.
Yeah, that was the center of the line. I think they got caught with a hard count. Having a hard count and tricking 1 or 2 guys a game is a great trait to have.
Well, fortunately, the sun has finally gone down, Scott.
I know. Beautiful sunset.
It's a beautiful sunset, but it is a brutal for the announcers.
Later in the season, it won't be a factor, right?
2nd and 1 for the Golden Knights. Wing T formation, and it's going to go to Sturgis, and he gets up over the pile for the 1st down.
Sturgis just plowed into that line and get that 1st down. They needed that penalty to get them going, though.
Yes, they did. Here we go. 7:20 to play here in the 2nd quarter.
I'd like to see him get Costas again on that waggle, Benny. He's a big target.
We're going back to their wing T formation, or their wishbone formation.
Oh, good block.
Sturgis takes it down to about the 20, gain of 5 on the play. And Laurel's going to call a timeout. Scott, we're going to take one with them to score with 7 minutes to play here in the first half. It's the Laurel Bulldogs 7, Sussex Central 7. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
I would always pass by Ferris on Kirkwood Highway, so I knew that they existed. We stopped in the showroom. We just clicked, like from day one. They did a total kitchen renovation for us. Ferris was so organized. They were on top of everything from day one. Always here when they said they would be, always on time, kept to the schedule. The level of comfort speaking to everyone that works at Ferris, they were just super friendly, easy to talk to. It was like they were friends, not, people coming to work on our kitchen. The room is totally transformed from what it used to look like. To have all this seating now and the big table, the bench seats, it's great. I love coming home and just walking through the laundry room into the kitchen every day. It was just a great experience. We love Ferris. I would always...
And welcome back to Sussex Central coming out of the timeout.
Yeah, and Sussex Central really, if they want to take control of this game, this is the moment they can do it in. They need to score on this drive.
Drops back, looks downfield, has a man breaking free, and he has it. Touchdown for Costa.
We were just saying we'd like to see him get it to Costa again. He was wide open on that play. He's a big target. He's a bad matchup. He's got good speed and great length, so he's a bad matchup for just about any defensive back.
Cannon gets his first touchdown pass of his career. And he was the defender was about Scott, a step from Cannon when he let go of the ball.
Yeah, when you're outsized by quite a bit, the last place you want to be is a step behind.
Right.
And I really think that play set it up where Coach Wells was like, you know what, we have an opportunity there with a mismatch, and we're going to try and take advantage of it. And this was a big – we're going to look back on this series and say this was a big series in the swing of the game because they needed to score here, Sussex Central did, to really answer.
Escobar Gonzalez with the extra point. We're going to stay here, right here with the action. Scott, 14-7 Sussex Central. 6:56 to play in the first half. And we've done a lot of Sussex Central games, and they win a lot of games late in the second quarter. They win them late in the first half with late touchdowns, and then they come out with their typical stingy defense. And are we going to see that brand again tonight?
Yeah, and the other thing that when they win games, they come out and score on the first possession of the third quarter too.
Right.
They like to score the last possession of the second and the first possession of the third. And that's really where the game swings, and we've seen that plenty of times. But here, Laurel's hey, this ain't Laurel's first rodeo. So here's where they got to put together a good drive. If they want to answer and Laurel and they want to be the 13-0 team that they were last year, then this is where they need to answer.
This is probably the first time they've been behind in probably about 20 games.
And listen, Laurel came in here, and they're playing one of the bigger schools in the county, and with a great tradition. And the team last year that was a potential 3A contender got hit by injuries. So this is
That's a high kick. It's going to be taken out about the 22-yard line. That's number 21. Khalid Burton. We might have to get them to turn the lights on in here.
Yeah, so we'll see what Shockley's going to do with his crew here with Bell and Limehouse and Scott and see if they can run up behind big number 72 and put together a drive here. I mean, they have 7 minutes, and it'd be nice for them to close the gap right here. What you don't want to do is
have a turnover, and this is what happened to them against North Carolina in the scrimmage. 1st and 10 for the Dogs. Ball at their own 32-yard line. They trail 14-7 here in the first half. Shockley goes under center, Bell behind him. Scott comes in motion. It's a handoff to Bell, and he just bruises his way forward for about 3 yards, Scott.
Yeah, and he just put his head down and picked up ground. I mean, it took 4 Sussex Central guys to bring him down, including number 18, Justin Negron.
It's one of the guys we said to look out for tonight, the middle linebacker for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, he was one of 4 guys bringing Bell down. Bell picks up, 4 or 5?
Picks up, looks like 3 or 4 maybe. It's going to bring up a second down for the Dogs. Motion with Scott, and again, hand off to Bell. And it's either no gain or a very short gain.
Yeah, looks like a penalty there for unsportsmanlike. Say number 50 for Sussex Central really just stood up the whole center of the Laurel line that was trying to get a push. But it looks like the Sussex Central defensive line is going to get called for unsportsmanlike.
That's going to be a big 15-yarder.
I mean, that's just what the doctor ordered
That's
for
right.
Laurel, boy. I mean, Coach Wells does not like that. Someone will be running sprints. Somebody, they're taking notes over there, one of the young assistants. I mean, that'll take him into Sussex Central territory.
Right.
Huge play. I mean, just a huge play. I mean, it's hard sometimes when you're a young kid.
Emotional
trying to
first
play.
game of the year.
Yeah. I mean, it's. I trust me. I'm not one to criticize too much, but they'll clean that up. I mean, that's an early season.
First
kind
and
of
10
thing.
at the Sussex Central 48. Motion by Scotton. Hand up. No, it's a keeper by Shockley. He's hit at about the 40 by number 7, Harmon.
Yeah.
Gain of about 8 on the play.
7 Harmon and Shockley. That was a collision in the open field. Excellent tackle. And
Final score out of upstate. William Penn defeats Cesar Rodney 34-27. That's our out-of-town scoreboard.
That's not a bad little game. A lot of scoring.
Second down and 2 for Laurel. And that's
Bell.
going to be up the middle with Bell. And he has stood up after a gain of about 2.
Yeah, that's 60 Perez again.
So that's going to be a third. Looks like he's just shy. It's going to be a third in inches.
I'm going to say Bell again. Let's
Or
do
the
it.
quarterback. It's a little read play they do. I've talked to Coach Jones about it. Remember last year we watched the older Shockley run it like 4 or 5 times in a row.
Yeah. Who's he reading the end?
He's reading the tackle, I
He's
believe.
reading the tackle.
Second and call it 1. And you're right, Scott, hand off to Bell, and I think he's got enough for the first down. He does.
He outmuscled Costa and Kayvon and Negron.
Just kept the legs turning.
Yeah, he fought through the 3 tacklers, and those are no slouches on the tacklers either. So
First and 10, score out of Lewis. The Vikings, they lead Red Lions 7-0 in the first quarter.
there you go. Cape Henlopen looking to try and put it together this year.
First and 10, ball at the 37-yard line for the Laurel Bulldogs. Limehouse in motion, hand off to Bell. I think the ball's loose.
Wow.
And it's going to be a fumble.
Wow.
Sussex Central with the first turnover of the night.
That's number 6 on the recovery.
Sturgis.
I don't know if he made the hit coming off the edge, but someone put a real hammer down on the Laurel running back to cause that fumble.
So it's going to be first and 10 for the Golden Knights. 3:50 to play here. Thank you for turning the lights on in the press box.
And that's a real turning point in the game, too, because Laurel had
Turning the lights on in the press box?
Well, that doesn't matter. For the announcers,
Yeah,
nobody cares about
You're
us.
right there. They were driving.
Yeah, they were driving, and that's a huge turnover. That's 2 turnovers, really.
And now it's going to roll out his cannon. He's under some pressure, throws it, and it's intercepted.
That's Limehouse.
Xavier Limehouse with the interception.
Right back,
and in good field position.
And that wasn't a terrible throw because it was he put it off maybe 6 inches off the mark, and Limehouse just made the play. He undercut that route. It just didn't quite develop quick enough for Cannon. Maybe 1 step too many.
Yeah, Cannon was under some pressure, and it looked like he threw off the front foot there, as he was trying to get away, and Limehouse able to get in front and pick it off. Smacked it away first, and then dove and recovered it.
And they really got it right back where
they had it.
Yeah, where they had it. So
first and 10 for Laurel. Ball at the Sussex Central 37.
Back-to-back turnovers on consecutive plays.
Well, we started the second quarter with back-to-back touchdowns on consecutive plays. So
This second quarter has been exciting.
Shockley drops back, looks down the middle, and they're going to incomplete or knee down.
They're going to say knee down. They're going to mark it.
Okay, so he's got the catch. And it's going to pick up of about 7 on the play, second and 3.
Shockley put some mustard on that
yes,
one.
He did.
Yeah, he snuck it in there.
The southpaw getting it under the coverage for a gain of about 7.
Tell you what, Coach Jones is a cool customer over there. He is not too stressed out. He's down by 1 score and driving, but
well, and they get the ball and start the second half. So.
he is very calm over there and just trying to tell his troops what to do.
Second and 3 for the Dogs. Sky looks like a little option play there, and he's got enough for the first down.
They've done that real well. Where if that's the one where he's reading the tackle, he's reading it right.
Right.
If the tackle steps up, he pulls it and goes around the edge.
So first down for the Dogs. Ball inside the 25 at about the 23-yard line for the Bulldogs.
See if we could catch what he's reading on that one.
That may have been more of an option there, a little, because they brought the guy in motion. Usually when he reads the tackle, it's a handoff to the fullback. Here comes a little counter play.
Ooh.
Gets it down to about the 20.
Good tackle by number 9, Kayvon Moore-Burdell, the senior from Sussex Central. One of the stars for Sussex Central.
That was number 2 on the carry, Niblett. Gain of about, call it 3. We're going to bring up second and 7, ball at the 20-yard line.
Niblett made consecutive back-to-back defensive plays, and now he's getting into the mix on the offense over here.
Approaching 2 minutes to play here in the first half. Sussex Central with the 14-7 lead.
Laurel not in a real hurry, though. Doesn't appear they have a 2-minute offense. They're taking their time.
Limehouse in motion. He drops back.
Good throw.
And that's to Niblett inside the 10. But that's going to be another Laurel first down, Scott.
Might be a good place for a timeout.
Right.
Minute 43 left.
They get in the red zone inside the 10.
I mean, Shockley had his eyes on him the whole time. He locked on Niblett, and Niblett was wide open for that play. Sure-handed, made a catch, and made a football move up the field.
First and goal from the 8. And whistles. Sussex Central wants a timeout.
Yeah, you felt the timeout was coming there just because it's such short time and it's such a pivotal time in the game. You knew one of these guys wanted to regroup and see what was happening.
Well, Scott, let's go ahead and take one with them. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
And welcome back to Sussex Central. 14-7 lead for the Knights, but the Laurel Bulldogs are driving. They're at the 8-yard line. And I think that's the first timeout of the game, Scott.
Great spot for a timeout, though. I actually thought Laurel was going to call it, but Sussex Central ended up calling it. Just want to make sure we're on the same page. And look, hey, burn a timeout. You can't carry them over.
That's right.
Might as well use them. And you got so many guys going 2 ways, you might want to get them a little breather anyway.
So first and goal for the Laurel Bulldogs. Shockley goes under center. And he's going to follow Bell, and he's going to get down to inside the 5. We'll bring up second and goal. That's the play, I think, where he reads the tackle.
Yeah, that's the play where he read the tackle. I think if the tackle slants to the fullback fake,
he's taking it, yeah.
He takes it, and then he goes into the space vacated by the tackle. Which, if you're picking up 4 or 5, I mean.
Inside the 5-yard line, second and goal. Under a minute to play here in the first half.
I think a sneak. Not quite close enough. Yeah, there you go.
Like a little delay.
Yeah,
he is wrapped
that
up
did not work.
at the line of scrimmage. I think Laurel's going to take a timeout here.
Yeah, that's 88 Costa on that play, crashing in from his end position.
Nope, he's going to let the clock run. So no gain on the play.
I mean, he's got two tries to get it in, but 37 seconds.
Let's see, he's going to run it down for 2 plays.
Yeah.
And there he takes the timeout with 25 seconds to play. Scott, what got him down the field here? The short pass play.
I tell you what, we said it before that, you started to get a little bit of hot hand with Nibble, and he made a couple plays on defense, and Coach Jones said, hey, let's throw this kid the ball, see what he could do.
Right.
So.
Well, they got 2 plays here. So, 25 seconds, 2 plays. Runs it down. He might be going to take a little shot here off that little pop pass that he threw to Niblett earlier.
I mean, I wouldn't mind a little slant over the middle or a nice little out.
Right.
But, I mean, that was really the first throw where Shockley stood in the pocket, stood tall, zipped it to a wide open guy. So, I don't know. I feel more like, I don't know, maybe that read option kind of thing.
Right.
Or I mean, he got stuffed on the last. It's kind of a draw sneak where he took a step back and tried to sneak it in, and he got stood up by Costa and Perez.
So the last 2 plays, no yards for the Dogs. They face a 3rd and goal from the 4.
I mean, they have a kicker, so he might not even go for it.
Yeah, you're right.
So let's see what we got here. I think I'd give it to Bell, though. Oh,
Quarterback sneak.
He's in.
Touchdown for the Laurel Bulldogs.
I mean, the sneak worked last time.
So I'm thinking maybe Joey Jones calls a timeout, makes some adjustments in the blocking, and they're in with the touchdown. And
I mean, it was a sneak to the same side he went to last time. Same play.
On the kick.
I mean, we got ourselves a game.
We do. Niblett with the hold. Escobar to kick.
Escobar's got a leg, but is he accurate? Oh, bad snap.
It's no good. Wide left. So Scott, your score with 21 seconds to play here in the half. Sussex Central 14, Laurel 13. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Prevent unwanted house guests from invading your home. With cold weather coming, overwintering pests are headed inside. If you're not proactive, you could be left with a pest problem.
Expertise is needed to inspect, identify a problem, and offer environmentally sound solutions like active pest solutions.
Prevention is the key to stopping cluster flies, stink bugs, crickets, and mice from entering your home. Protect your home with a proactive pest plan. Contact Active Pest Solutions, your local pest expert.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. Laurel scores on a sneak by Shockley, his 2nd touchdown of the game. And they cut the lead to 14-13 with 23 ticks on the clock.
Yeah, that snap just handcuffed him. I mean, it got in on him quick, and he just couldn't handle it, couldn't get it down in time, and Escobar shanked it, much like some people's golf game I know.
Right.
Shanked it to the left. And really, Shockley followed in his brother's footsteps, two quarterback keepers to score. 2 really good drives, and when the team needed him, he stepped up and zipped the ball on a short crossing route.
Shockley was big in that drive there for the Bulldogs.
Huge.
Folks, coming up at halftime, we have the Surf Bagel halftime stats. As it's kicked away, going to be taken at about the 8, bobbled inside the 4, picked up by.
Oh, he's got the corner.
There's a flag on the play. It's going to be a blindside block, probably.
That's right. Right at the point of attack. Right. There's nothing you could do about that.
So that was Bell. Gets it out to about the 24, but we got a penalty.
You got to throw that flag, too.
So 12 seconds left.
I'd say this is the most action-packed second quarter we've done in quite a while.
Yeah, the drum wasn't beaten in the first quarter, but they have definitely picked up. Both teams have picked up the tempo here in the second.
I mean, 4 touchdowns, a missed extra point, a block punt, a kickoff return.
So that penalty is going to take them back to about the 4-yard line.
What do you think? Take a knee here? Don't risk it?
Well, Laurel's got 3 timeouts, so
it's 12 seconds.
Run a safe play, get some more time off.
That's what I think. The last thing you want to do is turn it over here.
Right. Yep, he's going to take a knee. And Laurel's going to sit on the timeout. So as the seconds tick away, Scott, talk about this second quarter. We have nothing to start the game, and then all of a sudden, boom, back to touchdowns for the both teams.
Let me tell you, I got my $5 worth in that second quarter, man. I can tell you that right now. Whoever was calling those plays, I think, finally zoned in on what was working on both sides. We said it, 4 touchdowns, block punt, 2 quarterback sneaks, a couple really good throws. That touchdown to Cannon Costas was really beautiful. I mean, that was a really nice play into the end zone, and Costas used his height, used his length advantage. So we had a little bit of everything in that second quarter, and I'm real interested to see what happens in the third quarter because these teams are starting to make it happen.
Well, we have a 15-minute halftime here, folks, so when we get back to about the 6-minute mark, we'll be back with the halftime stats brought to you by Surf Bagel. We'll be right back.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo Wild Wings in Delaware and Maryland. Also the Stone Balloon and Limestone Barbecue. And let's not forget Eggspectation and 5 Jersey Mikes throughout Delaware. High Five Hospitality's mission is to operate 5 brands that serve high-quality products with exceptional hospitality.
Melissa Ellis is part of 4 Acre Realty Company. She is licensed in both Delaware and Pennsylvania. Melissa knows that being personable and patient is a key to her success as a realtor. Helping both buyers and sellers understand current market values and conditions puts them in the best position when making an offer or pricing a home for sale. That kind of high-level professional communication and her skill at being a team player put Melissa's clients at ease, knowing she has their best interests at heart. Melissa is also an athlete herself, playing multiple sports so she understands what teamwork means. She is still involved in sports, whether it's sponsoring, coaching, or being team mom for her own 2 daughters' teams. What sets her apart is how grateful Melissa is for the trust of her clients. She never takes that trust for granted. She affords all people respect and honesty and works hard to be the support system clients need and deserve. Melissa Ellis, strong connections, strong service.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
Couldn't be more excited about having our show here held at the Buffalo Wild Wings and Christiana location here on Route 7, brand new location. They moved here from Limestone Road, and it's going to be the new home of 303 Sports Week. I'm going to recap some local, college, and professional stuff. It's time for everybody's favorite part of the day, top 5 plays. Here we go. Stanley, your number 1 play from AI, 76-yard punt return. We got ourselves the quality cam here on the sideline. It's awesome to watch from this angle, to be honest with you. And watch, whoa, going up. He went to 4-12. He left the first there at 4-4. I mean, those ups right there. You can't make this stuff up.
Looking to stay cool this summer?
At Barclay Heating and Air, we're dedicated to keeping your home comfortable year-round.
Family owned and operated, we provide trusted residential heating and cooling services to customers across Central Delaware. Our experienced technicians offer reliable maintenance and repairs on all major brand HVAC systems. From air conditioners and ductless systems to heat pumps and furnaces, we also sell and install top quality units. No matter your needs, we're committed to getting the job done right with honest and timely service you can count on. Invested in our community, we're proud to help families in more ways than one, sponsoring and donating to many local programs and organizations throughout the area. for dependable HVAC services. Give us a shout or a bark at Barkley Heating and Air.
I'm Chef Hari Cameron. At Grandpa Mac, pasta's our thing. We serve quality food fast that's not fast food. We make everything in-house and serve something for everyone. We're open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. Follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
You've probably seen this a lot, but not all pest solutions come from a can. At Active Pest Solutions, we don't spray and pray. Professionalism and continuing education sets us apart.
We are Quality Pro certified, the mark of excellence in pest management.
And we have an associate certified entomologist on staff,
providing environmentally sound solutions to our customers.
Our proactive pest plan offers the best pledge guarantee in the industry. We do what others don't.
Active Pest Solutions. Call or visit us online today. It's active without the E.
Welcome to Premier Physical Therapy and Sports Performance. We're a locally owned outpatient physical therapy practice with convenient locations in all 3 counties in Delaware. At Premier, we have experienced physical therapists with advanced credentials, but their hospitality, passion, and enthusiasm is what makes the difference for you. Find our convenient locations at premierptsp.com.
You may have tried physical therapy,
but have you tried Premier?
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
Surf Bagel has served the community in Delaware for over 20 years, providing fresh, hot bagels, breakfast sandwiches, lunch sandwiches, wraps, salads, local coffee and smoothies, and our iconic merch. Welcome to Surf Bagel. We're stoked to serve you.
Welcome to Surf Bagel.
High Five Hospitality, founded in 2004 when 3 guys teamed up to introduce the Buffalo Wild Wings franchise to Delaware. To date, they operate 8 Buffalo.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School with the halftime stats brought to you by Surf Bagel. Surf Bagel, and you got a bunch of them now, Scott. Let's see. There's Lewis. There's Longneck, Milford, Fenwick.
Yeah, Fenwick we're building, and that's going to be open for summer of 24. And then hopefully we'll do one in Bethany, and that'll be it. That'll be 6.
Right.
So I said when I started doing it, I would get it to 6. And just because really the 2 were so busy that it really was like a little crazy.
The 2 and Lewis aren't even they're only, 2 miles from each other.
Yeah, they're like, what happened was the one was so busy, and then right before the second one opened, right around the time it opened, I took it over. So I was like, we need more of these, just because it was too busy.
Well, let's get into the halftime stats. First, the scoring. Kobe Shockley on the 1-yard run with 11:19 to go, the extra point, and the Laurel Bulldogs went up 7-0. And then kickoff return, 78-yard kickoff return by 23 Sam Pusey, and the extra point's good. It's 7-7 with 11:07 left to play in the second quarter. Then Rodriguez Costa catches the pass from 20-yard pass from Cannon for the touchdown. The extra point is good, and the Golden Knights go up 14-7. We're kind of thinking that's how this is going to end. But then the interception by Xavier Limehouse leads to a 4-minute drive by Laurel, capped off by a 4-yard run by Shockley. And they cut it back to 14-13. The extra point was no good. And that's where we stand at the half. Let's look at the let's look at the team stats. Laurel with 93 total yards, Sussex Central with 91, so a pretty even game. You're going to see the flip-flop and how it got done. Laurel with 55 passing yards and 38 rushing, 6 first downs and 1 turnover. Central with the 20 passing yards, 71 rushing yards, 4 first downs, and they also have a turnover. Let's go to the individual players. Bell, he has 10 carries for 18 yards. Shockley leads Laurel, 8 carries for 21 yards. And Bell leads the Golden Knights, 4 carries for 33 yards. Receiving, Laurel's Miller has 1 catch for 35. Nibla has 2 for 20. Costa with the 20-yard touchdown pass. Cannon 1 of 4 for 20 yards. And Shockley 2 of 2 for 20 yards. And you got to remember that throw by Scotton on the halfback pass. That was good for 35 yards. So pretty even stat-wise and score-wise, Scott. But now it comes the third quarter, and I watched Laurel scrimmage North Carolina. North Carolina was probably as big as Sussex Central, and they kind of started to wear down towards the end of the scrimmage.
Yeah, and that's what you always worry about when a 1A moves up to 2A and takes on the 3A, that they're going to get out-muscled in the end. And really, the most surprising thing for me was Limehouse with that interception. I thought Sussex Central on that, Laurel puts the ball on the turf, Sussex Central recovers it, they're going to march down the field, and you're talking a 2-touchdown game.
Right.
But Xavier Limehouse cuts in front of the receiver, picks off the pass. Really, Coach Jones and Shockley put together a masterful drive and eat up the clock, leave 20 seconds on the clock for Sussex Central, and punch it in on a sneak. So, I mean, that's what championship teams do. I mean, there's not too much you could say about that. I mean, that's really.
And both these teams in recent years know how to win championships. Sussex Central, the 2018, 2020. Back then it was Division I state champs before we went to the 3-class system. Laurel winning the last 2 in Class A. And I think they're showing AA right now. We're not a single-A team, folks. We're ready.
I'm not so sure if I was a AA team, I'd be too excited to play them too soon.
Right.
I'd like to get some more tape to see what's going on before I did, because they're pretty balanced. I mean, they got Limehouse and Bell. They have Niblet can catch the ball. Elijah Niblet can catch the ball. Shockley surprised me in his ability to stand in there and zip that ball left-handed down the field. And then Scott with that trickery, with the old trickery pass. So, I mean, we've seen quite a bit from them. And their line is big for 2A.
And both quarterbacks, Scott, have stayed in the pocket. They have not, they have not run away from contact. Both through both completed passes while getting hit.
Yeah.
In this game.
And really on the Sussex Central side, Cannon's everything I thought he was going to be. He's poised. He's under control. He did throw an interception, but I'm going to say that that was a case of a big-time player and Limehouse making a big-time play.
Absolutely.
I love the waggle where he hit the open guy, Costa, and they came back with a 20-yard pass into the end zone. I mean, that showed a lot of maturity. The defensive line for Sussex Central is making a lot of plays, and they've kept Bell to, 18 yards?
Right.
Which, 10 carries, 18 yards. They're doing a pretty good job. They haven't been able to stop the quarterback sneak, though. So we'll see if they make some adjustments.
And we started to see a little bit of maybe some option coming out of Laurel with the one run off the right side where Shockley picked up about 6 or 7 yards.
You got to think the Laurel coaches are up in the box going, our bruising backs just getting jammed up in the middle. Why don't we run that read option where, we can read somebody. We think they're reading the tackle on that one, and then they're curling up under to the vacated spot. So, I love that play for him. I think that's really good. I like Sturgis getting involved on the offense for Sussex Central. I really like that. I like 23 Sam Pucci. I don't remember him from last year, but he's a big part of this team now.
He's a junior, so
yeah,
probably didn't see a lot of field time last year.
So he's a big part of the offense now, it looks like. And Harmon had a great first half too, and great stiff arm.
Two things to look for here in the third quarter. One is both coaches' experience. Wells maybe a little more experience than Jones, but Jones has been in the heat of the battle the last 3 years. John Wells at 20-some, he's got to be over 25 years, over 200 wins in his career. And the next thing is, it's the first game of the year. We're going to find out who hydrated all week. Let's see if the cramps start turning up.
And really, it's who conditioned all summer.
Right.
Who was doing who had a good off-season conditioning program and who didn't. There's a lot of guys playing both ways on both these teams, and especially some of the linebackers and some of the DNs are playing both ways. So we'll see if they can hold up. Coach Jones, though, did a good job of using his timeouts to give the guys a breather.
He did. So here we go, getting ready to get the second half underway, third quarter. Third quarter is where close football games can be won.
Yeah, I tell you, the other guy, Benny, we were talking about that had a really good first half was Victor Perez, number 60.
Yes.
He had an excellent first half, made a lot of plays. Also, Shepard, number 99, stretched it out.
They are big on that left side there with Shepard and Rodriguez Costa.
Yeah.
They got two big, tall guys there. They're playing tackle on end. And then where Laurel has had some success is turning it up and on inside the end.
Yeah, it'd be nice if Laurel could let them over-pursue a little bit,
right.
Get up the field, and then cut it back underneath.
Last scores we had on the out-of-town scoreboard is Slasianum leads Delaware Military 6-0 up in Abyssinia Stadium, and the last score we have out of Lewis is Cape and Lopin leading Red Lion 7-0.
Yeah, and Deladon's coaching Salesianum now, right? He's the head coach?
Yep, with Paul Warlow as his defensive coordinator, former NFLer. Played at the University of Delaware. Delaware playing tonight. I don't have a score on them yet.
They playing Stony Brook?
Stony Brook.
Do we hate Stony Brook?
I don't know. We do tonight.
Let's see what the score is. Do you think that University of Delaware will ever move up to the next level?
I hope not, because then they're going to raise their ticket prices.
You're a single issue voter over there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hodgson defeats Howard 43-12. Cape and Lopin now up 14-0.
Is Red Lion 2A?
They are a 2A team.
That's the thing. If you play 2A, you better beat them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can't afford to lose that game.
Yeah, if you're a 3A.
So here we go. Sussex Central to kick it away.
I always like the ideas of the Henlopen North playing some Bayside teams.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're...
Well, we'll have one next week when Colonel Richardson comes over to Woodbridge. Schools not that far from each other, very similar communities, just on opposite sides of the line.
Yeah, I always like those games.
And the kick is away. Taken by Limehouse at his 7. Looking to the right side. makes a cut and hit, knocked down at about the 23. 1st and 10 for Laurel.
That's Harmon on that play, and number 10 for Sussex Central, Isaiah Rowe. Rowe, a special team standout so far this season.
Second quarter, the University of Delaware leads Stony Brook 10-3.
There you go. They got quite a few transfers this year.
They did, yeah. One at quarterback. I think they're still trying to decide what they're going to do at quarterback. I heard they might be using both guys. Had a transfer out of JUCO.
That's something you need to figure out.
All right. 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs. Ball at their own 23. Motion comes with Limehouse. Toss to Limehouse. He cuts it inside on the left end. Makes a stiff arm, wrapped up, but he has got the first down.
That's 7 Harmon on the tackle again, along with 4.
Pickup of 11 for Limehouse.
And that's Jace Peden. He's a senior for Sussex Central and on the tackle.
Coming up at the end of the game, folks, we have 2 post-game awards. The first one is the Pest of the Game, brought to you by Active Pest Solution, and the Louis Pizza Player of the Game.
2 prestigious awards.
Yes. 1st and 10, ball at the 35 for Laurel. This time it's going to be, that's Scotton in the fullback.
Scotton up the middle.
And he's going to pick up about 2, bring up 2nd and 8.
Looks like Sussex Central changed their splits on the defensive front. They had 4 guys playing pretty much head up, and looks like they split them out and left the center unguarded.
2nd and about long 7.
Uncovered, not unguarded,
right.
Sorry.
Second down for the Dogs. Same formation with the double wings.
Got Scott in the backfield again.
And Scott wrapped up.
Ooh. That's Perez.
No gain on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 7.
That's Gabe Cannon in the backfield, along with Kayvon Biddle. Kayvon Moore-Biddle.
3rd and 7 for Laurel. Scott, I think Laurel's going to have to start passing on maybe 1st or 2nd down here to loosen up that Knights defense.
Yeah, they've changed their front a little bit. Looks like they're stunting. Uh-oh.
Limehouse can't get the handle on it. He's able to recover it. It's going to bring up 4th and a bunch.
After that run by Limehouse, things kind of fell apart on
It did,
him.
you're right.
Looking to regroup and kick it away.
That one, his knee caught it about the same time his hands did.
So this is going to be a big drive for Sussex Central here. We talked about this before, the first drive of the 3rd quarter for them. You get to see what kind of work the guys up top are doing for Sussex Central if they can dial up something for them.
On the punt is Scotton. Player late getting on the field. And gets the punt away.
Not much of a kick.
And going to shank it over by the Sussex Central bench.
That's not good.
No. 9:18 to play, and it's going to be Knights in plus territory.
If he was golfing, that short game is not looking good. Not looking good.
So 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Let's see where they're going to mark this ball at midfield. I thought it went out before that.
Yeah, not terrible. All right.
I thought it landed about the 50 and about
that's what I was thinking
10
too.
yards this way.
Yeah.
But must have taken a left turn.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, that's a little better of a net yield on the punt than first anticipated.
Cannon brings in the play. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights. Ball at midfield.
Punting in high school can always be exciting.
Yeah.
There's always potential.
Starting from the snap, right?
Yeah, something exciting could happen.
And it's going to be a handoff to number 5. Bell spins. Goes down to about the 45. Pick up a 5 on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, Malik Bell just bulldozing his way forward to get the yards he needed. We'll see if they ride Bell, Sturgis, and Harmon here. I like Cannon throwing the ball, though, to Costa. I mean, I really thought that look good. We'll see if they could use him a little bit more, too. I mean, threw to him twice for 1 for 2 and 1 touchdown.
2nd and 5. Laurel comes on a blitz. Bell breaks a tackle, picks up about 2 on the play.
That's
brings
58.
up a 3rd and 7.
That was 58.
That's
Joseph Boehner with a tackle again. Our sophomore
Just a
phenom.
sophomore, yeah.
He moves well.
Good upper body strength.
I see him as like a nose tackle at the next level.
Might want to get a little taller.
Well, we can all always hope. I'm hoping to get a little taller myself.
His memorable conference championship match against Chichi Yuli.
What a match that was.
Of Smyrna, won the overtime.
Up. Offsides.
That's something Coach Jones doesn't want. That's going to be a first down the easy way.
That's a hard count again. That's the second time he pulled him off. Cannon might be specializing in the hard count.
Great.
Been practicing that.
5-yard penalty against Laurel. Not a heavily penalized game. That's about the 6th penalty of the game.
A couple of key ones.
Yeah.
The unsportsmanlike conduct, I think, was really a key one on Sussex Central. Yep. And the 2 holding in the first quarter killed both those drives.
Right. 1st and 10 for the Knights. Ball at the 37 of Laurel.
Inability to move the ball and untimely penalties is what makes coaches retire.
And that's a handoff to Sturgis. Cuts back inside, picks up about 6 or 7 on the play.
Good tackle by number 1, Scodden, open field tackle. That's Royce Scodden on the tackle.
Second and 4 for the Knights, and this is what they do. It's that slow drum beat with that wing T. And
yeah, this is what we talked about. This is what Laurel does not want to see, and this is what Central's been dialing up since the end of the first half.
Just like a wrestler, Cannon drops his mouthpiece on the ground, just puts it right back in.
That's it.
Hand off to Bell. Bell tries to go sideways, does, and gets across the edge, down inside the 10.
I think.
And he's in for the touchdown. So there you said, Scott, first drive of the second half.
Yeah. I thought he stepped on the. I thought he stepped out.
So Sussex Central puts 20 on the board.
We'll have to see on the replay if they got away with one. But that was an excellent drive and exactly what Sussex Central needed. And Bell really came flying into that line, but he kept his head up, he kept his legs moving, and he just looked for open space.
Looks like the Knights are going to go for 2 here, Scott. Give him a.
Yeah, they're up by 7.
Yeah, give him a 8-point lead. And it's going to be Harmon with the 2-point conversion.
Central firing on all cylinders on offense now. That makes it 22-13. That's a 9-point lead.
So that's a two possession game now.
Yeah.
Folks, we're going to take a quick commercial timeout. We'll be right back. Your score: Sussex Central 22, Laurel 13.
Oh, hey. I didn't see you there.
Cut. Dude, what was that?
Was that too much? Here at Grandpa Mac, we have something for everyone. Signature pasta dishes, or you can custom create them to order. We serve soups, salads, sandwiches, craft beer, and wine. Grandpa Mac's been serving comfort food here in Southern Delaware for the last 3 years, making over 100 pounds of fresh pasta daily. We have a family-friendly environment and are open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. And remember, come follow the noodle to Grandpa Mac.
And we're back at the Castle. Sussex Central goes up 9, makes it a 2-possession game. Scott, like you said during the break, this might be where Laurel, they just have to answer.
Yeah, and they're reeling a little bit now. That was a really, really great drive Sussex Central put together, firing all cylinders, and Laurel needs to answer here. They do not want to give the ball right back to Sussex Central. They do not want to go 3 and out right here. So they need to settle in, calm down, and start making plays here.
6:47 to play in the third quarter. Sussex Central goes up 22-13, and it was a run. I didn't think Bell was going to get out of the backfield. Next thing you know, he just gets the corner, re-gets his steps, and down the sideline he went.
Yeah, I mean, he got stood up right at the line of scrimmage, but he kept his composure and kept grinding his legs. I thought he stepped out on the near side here, but they didn't call it.
That's 21. Burton on the return gets it out to about the 30.
So we'll see what kind of drive they can put together. And like you said, it's that double wing slow beat. So we'll see what they have in their bag of tricks. I thought they came out on their first possession, gave the ball to Limehouse on a sweep, but then they got jammed up with the penalty and a mishandled pitch, and that drive fell apart.
Shockley and Coach Joey Jones talking over how they're going to approach this next series.
I mean, you hate to get behind and have to start to throw it.
Right. Although this kid can zip it.
He can zip it. So if you're going to throw, it probably wouldn't be a terrible time now.
1st and 10 at the 31 for the Laurel Bulldogs. Limehouse goes in motion. Ball is on the ground.
Oh, that's not what you want. Looks like Laurel recovered it. That's 52 on the recovery. Ryan Jones, a senior, picking up the pigskin off the ground.
No loss on the play, no gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 31.
I don't know if it's a lineman's dream to pick up the ball or their nightmare.
You want to pick it up in the end zone.
If you're going to pick it up on the 1 and take a step in. The best is when it just bounces up into your hand as a lineman. That's ideal.
2nd and 10 for Laurel. Bell back in the game at running back.
Scott in motion.
There's a pass. An incomplete.
In and out of the hands.
I tell you what, Scott, there was nobody.
He was streaking down the center of the field.
There was nobody to stop him unless they're going to catch him from behind.
And it kind of hit him on his hip a little bit, kind of just a half step behind him. I think Shockley was a little surprised at how wide open he was. Right down the middle of the field.
Yeah, he catches that in stride, he's gone.
That's a problem if he catches it. And we were saying that's kind of what Laurel needed, was to complete something like that. A quick little hitter, a little go route, and just make something happen.
3rd and 10 for Laurel.
Big play. There it is.
And it's going to be Scott on the reverse.
23, Sam Pucci with a play. Again.
Pick up of maybe 1.
He really held his ground. He wasn't getting juked and made Scott make a play on him. He held him up and waited for help.
So Laurel's going to have to punt it away. 4th and 9.
So this is a big part of the game here. If Sussex Central can slow it down and burn off some time and score, it's going to be trouble for Laurel.
Harmon, the sophomore, back to take the punt.
Not a bad punt.
No, I guess that's about the 40.
Worse field position than they had in their last possession. They started at the 50.
So the ball at the Sussex Central 40-yard line.
We'll see if Sussex Central goes back to more of the same.
Yeah, I think you're going to see a
5-minute drive with a touchdown at the end.
Yeah, like the old Delaware Blue Hens of the 80s.
Yep. That would be a real problem. A little Rich Gannon action. See on that team, those teams?
Yeah, he was back then.
Yeah.
Sally's still up 6-0 over DMA. Cape and Lopin 14-0 over Red Lion. Cape next week, they'll host Delcastle, another AA team.
Scheduling's key. Get your points. Oh.
Harmon breaks a tackle, but then hit and brought down by Scotton.
Scotton all over the field tonight. He's made some excellent plays, side to sideline.
Gain of about 4 on the play brings up 2nd and 6. Ball at the their own 44-yard line.
Yeah, watching Royce Scott in the last couple of years has been a real pleasure for us. I mean, he's made plays all over the field.
Sturgis goes in motion, hand off to Bell. He is wrapped up in the backfield.
I mean, he's getting hit initially in the backfield.
That time, Chafin's had a little bit of help. Limehouse comes off the pile. Keyshawn Copes, first time we caught his name tonight. He comes up off the bottom of the pile.
It's probably a good thing that Laurel moved up from 1A, though, because Baynard and Chaffinch would be a problem to deal with on the 1A level.
Yes,
I mean,
would.
They're a problem.
Well, we know we're going to have a new state champion 1A with Laurel moving up. Caravel ranked number 1 in 2A on the Delaware Live rankings. And Smyrna Middletown gets it by split decision amongst our 7 commentators. They're the number 1 ranked team in the state. And here comes that little counter, little reverse. There's a flag on the play.
Yeah, it looked like a blocking in the backfield.
So this is going to come back.
They call that every time.
Yep.
It's hard to get away with that one.
I don't know if that was going to be the counter, but he bent it back, made it more like a reverse.
Yeah.
It worked. I mean, he would have had the first down if you don't have the penalty.
I'm going to call that a reverse.
Yeah. When they run that counter crisscross, they usually tuck it inside.
I thought he got pushed into him on the block in the back, but they didn't see it that way.
And that's the first penalty on Sussex Central this half.
That takes away a big game.
Ten-yard penalties. They mark it off. Brings up 2nd and 15 for Sussex Central.
Let's see what the wing T has for 3rd and 16, Benny. Oh, here we go. Pass.
Drops back under some pressure, and he's going to be able to get it away.
He got it away in a little bit of a shot put motion.
Right. Well, that's because Limehouse is all over his arm.
Yeah. It's hard when someone's hanging on your arm to get too much oomph on it.
That's going to bring up a 4th and 15 for the Knights.
Great stop by Laurel, though. They did everything they had to do. Good play by their defensive line, some timely penalties, and that's the stop that they needed, because a long drive with a touchdown to end the 3rd quarter would have been disastrous for them.
Scotton going back this time to receive the punt.
Scotton does it all, man. He's a jack of all trades. He's your Swiss Army knife over there.
Remember, Laurel blocked the last punt.
Oh.
And gets that one away, a high spiral. It's going to take Scotton back to the 20, but it's going to take a Laurel bounce. Sussex Central recovers at about the 20.
Costa got his leg into that one.
So 2:41 to play here.
That one sounded different coming off his foot.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he put some air under that one.
So, Scott, as much as I hate to see summer go, I love the football season coming upon us.
Yeah, I love it too. I love the change of seasons. Don't get me wrong, I love summer, but I don't mind the fall.
Yeah.
I think this is a little early to start football. It's just me. I like to see it after Labor Day, first Friday.
Our cameraman Ethan Minshaw's been with us for a few years, and he's moving to Florida. I was lucky at something, but I'm a 4-season guy.
Where's he moving to Florida?
Tampa.
Oh. They just had a hurricane.
Yeah, I asked him if that was he's supposed to leave Sunday. Wow.
Yeah, they'll get it cleaned up.
Yeah, pinball machine there. Scott hits and bangs and bumps out to about a 6-yard gain, brings up 2nd down.
I think it was just north of Tampa was
right. Well, he said that he will be able to get down there. That the roads are clear. We have an injury on the play. I think we got our first cramp.
Yeah, Idella, I think it hit on the Big Bend, which is like just north, Cedar Key.
A lot of Delaware people down in Florida.
They call it Flodell.
Yes.
They call it Flodell.
J.J. King, I went to high school with him.
Yeah, I love it. I love it. They have a whole contingent. It reminds me of the contingent of retired teachers that meet on the beach.
My wife's trying to decide. She retired at the end of the year. She's trying to decide she's gonna make that at the beginning of the year. 32 years she taught. She's also our score updater, and I know she fell asleep, but
she's running the home office, right?
She is running the home studio.
The home studio.
I think she's actually over at our son's with our first grandson.
Yeah,
on
well,
Tuesday.
all the other duties go out the window when you have the first grandkid.
Time to be grandma.
That's
right.
it. Nobody cares about anything else. Just bring the baby.
That's a big injury there. Victor Perez coming off the field. It's probably just a cramp, but Well, it's going to be second and about 4 for Laurel.
Oh, I see Dr. Kane's over there for Sussex Central, an orthopedic surgeon. He'll get him straight.
Fake the jet sweep, handoff to, I believe that might be Scott, and up the middle. Picks up about 3, just shy of the first down.
So that'll make it 3rd down, right?
Yep. Approaching 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
2nd and 4, sorry.
It's going to be 3rd. Now, the something wrong with the down marker. It won't flip the 3. It's a fuzzy 2. So it's a fuzzy 2nd and 1.
Yeah, I see the
just can't quite make the adjustment.
Linesman's really shaking his head. Yeah.
3rd and 1 here for Laurel. Big play here for the Bulldogs to get back in this game. And he's going to follow his blocker. First down for the Dogs.
They've run that pretty successful. I'd say they run that for 30 yards so far.
Mm-hmm.
In chunks of 5 yards.
His brother made a career out of it, All-State quarterback last year, the last 2 years. He is now on the roster at Salisbury University. Remember Kylese Wilson from last year for the Bulldogs, the running back. He is at Del Val.
Oh, there you go.
Along with Braden Hearn, the center at Del Val.
He's a tough player, man.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs.
He wrestled too, right?
He did. 220,
yeah.
215, whatever it is now.
Another keeper up the middle.
Yeah, Shockley takes it for about a 9-yard gain.
Now Shockley's really starting to make moves, carrying defensive lineman on the quarterback keeper.
2nd and a long 1 for the Laurel Bulldogs. Ball at their own 40, call it 47.
Yeah, defensive line for Sussex Central needs to step up and make a stop here and try and put this game away as we end the third quarter. I mean, you don't want them. You do not want Laurel hanging around if you're Sussex Central. Another keeper.
Shockley again, and he's got enough for the first down.
Just ripping off first downs and eating up the clock. It's a 2-score game, so.
Plenty of time for the Bulldogs. Under 30 to go here in the third quarter.
Yeah, they're right on the 50. Might be time for another pass.
Yeah, I said I'd like to see them throw on 1st or 2nd down. I think they could catch Central.
The other thing too is you got these guys going both ways. Let them
both teams.
Let that defensive line run around a little bit, try and tire them out. Uh-oh.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Your score at the end of 3. The Sussex Central Golden Knights 22, the Laurel Bulldogs 13. We'll be back after this commercial timeout for the fourth quarter.
Here at Grandpa Mac, we've been serving the Eastern Shore since 2015. We're all about bringing you fresh, quality ingredients. We do fresh pasta, panini, soups, and salads. We try to be all-inclusive, vegan, gluten-free options. We do a little bit of something for everybody. In the summertime, we make a little over 200 pounds of pasta a day. You can come in and buy fresh pasta. You can bring it home. We're doing curbside pickup right now. A lot of take-to-go. We even have DoorDash if you need it delivered to you. We like to bring you good food fast and not fast food. Here at Grandpa Mac, we've been serving the Eastern Shore since 2015. We're all about bringing you.
Welcome back to Sussex Central High School. 12 minutes left to play in the game. It's going to be a 1st and 10 for the Laurel Bulldogs at the Sussex Central 49. Putting together a solid drive here, mostly behind Kobe Shockley, the junior quarterback, taking over for his brother, the guy that had 44 starts for the Laurel Bulldogs in his career.
That's not easy to make 44 starts in a row,
That's a lot, yeah.
I mean, not have the flu or banged up or anything. I mean, that's a lot of starts. That's right. Deep into the playoffs, right?
Yeah, it's 2 championship runs.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, though, I've been super impressed by this version of the Laurel Bulldogs.
Yeah, so far, these two teams showed they conditioned this summer, Scott.
They're both in shape.
We've not seen any cramping here. You usually see it in the third quarter.
And this has been a decent little drive they're putting together.
So 1st and 10 coming on to start the fourth quarter. Shockley under center. Limehouse goes in motion. Quick pass over the middle. That's the Niblet. He took a big hit and kept going. Got the first down. Took a huge hit from Harmon, and now we have a flag.
Yeah, number 7, William Harmon on the hit. A little bit of extracurricular after. Uh-oh. A couple referees shaking their heads. That's usually a bad sign. Unsportsmanlike.
Dead ball, unsportsmanlike, on Sussex Central. To tack on 15 more on that, Scott.
That's the second one, and kind of the same thing, like after the play, pushing and shoving. A little uncharacteristic, undisciplined play there.
Harmon came up and delivered a blow.
I mean, he stood Nesbitt straight up. Niblet straight up. And tell you what, though, Niblet's a tough character. He's not backing down.
Salesianum leads DMA 9-0. Now 9-7. DMA just scored.
I was kind of expecting Deladon to have a high-powered offense, you know, with his history, and he likes to dial it up and chuck the ball around a little bit. They have that sophomore quarterback, right?
Correct. Limehouse takes the pitch around the left side, cuts it back in, spins, and he's going to pick up about 4 on the play. Second down coming up for the Bulldogs.
That's number 10, Isaiah, senior on the tackle.
Limehouse, the workhorse tonight for the. Just when Laurel thinks that, it looks like they're getting down, they go to Limehouse and he gives them the pickup.
I mean, a quick go route to Niblet with a 15-yard tack on. That's how I like to draw it up. And then you run Limehouse wide. Now, look, they got this wide field all the way to the right here.
2nd and 6 for Laurel. This time it's going to be Scotton up the middle.
Wow, great tackle. That's Harmon again.
It's Harmon again. Comes up and, I'm sorry, that was number 3, Cannon. The quarterback making the big hit. Short of the first down.
Yeah, Cannon and Harmon could hit. Looks like Scotton's down a little bit. I think he landed on the ball. It looks like he's okay, Benny. Up. Rolled an ankle.
Yep. Scotton limps off the field.
You don't want to see that.
Now he jogs, he trots. He's going to get that. That could be a cramp. Little ginger on the heel.
That's the thing. When you roll that ankle, the adrenaline takes care of it. Tomorrow's the real problem.
You're right.
Tomorrow's a problem.
3rd down and a long one for the Bulldogs. Ball at the 16-yard line of Sussex Central. Central showing a blitz. And it's going to be a handoff to Bell. Keeps the feet moving inside the 10.
Fighting for yards.
And he's going to take a first down and take it in the red zone down about the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Laurel.
I mean, that was a grown man run right there. He's just ripping off yards with people carrying people behind him.
So 1st and goal for Laurel.
Some of the Central players they're looking a little tired now, Benny. Wearing them down a little bit.
We're going to start seeing hands on hips.
That's it.
And it's going to be Limehouse cuts it up, puts his head down. He's short of the touchdown, takes it down about the 1-yard line.
Limehouse puts that left foot in the ground and just turns and goes.
Young man knows how to make a cut.
That's it. You put that foot in the ground and you commit.
2nd and goal from about the 2.
9:45 left in the game. Big play here coming up.
Shockley goes under center, Bell in the backfield. Bell or Shockley off the right side. Touchdown, Laurel. Shockley, his 3rd of the game.
Shockley just gets a little crease in there. He doesn't need much. He needs just enough to sneak in. That's 3 for him.
22-19.
Now, do you go for 2? Yeah, might as well.
I think they're going to.
Yeah.
So the Laurel Bulldogs will go for 2. They trail 22-19.
This game has been everything that we've hyped it up to be.
Limehouse.
He stopped. Let's see. No call. Touchdown.
Or
extra point, sorry.
Conversion's good.
Yeah, conversion's good.
Well, one's saying it's good. One's not saying anything.
I'm going to say the one that
Here comes the white hat.
Yeah. He was real slow on the call, but sometimes that's good if they're going to be deliberate
It's
about
good.
it. Yeah.
So Laurel makes it 22-21.
From our angle, it looked like he fell into the end zone, but I think he wanted to be sure, so he came up and really made sure.
Scott, if you're Sussex Central right now, you got 9:30 to play. You might be in a must-score situation here because you don't want to give Laurel. They're always hot right now.
Laurel's red hot right now, and the quarterback sneak machine that is
Kobe Shockley.
Kobe Shockley. I mean, that's 3. Do you want to give him a chance of 4?
I wouldn't.
Probably not. You probably do not want to chance that again. So we'll see. Sussex Central needs a good drive.
Yeah, they need to take a lot of time off the clock.
And Cannon's been a cool customer all game, so the difference between preseason and all those other things, and now this is 1-point game. You're playing the defending state champ. You need a drive. You need to put it together. But Sussex Central has some guys. I mean, they have the guys to do it. They can run Bell, they can run Sturgis, they can run Harmon. I mean, they have the guys to do it. Scott out on defense might be a problem. We'll see if he can rally and come back here. He rolled that ankle pretty good.
And it's going to be a legal procedure.
Not a bad start for Sussex Central. That out-of-bound kick sometimes drives the coaches crazy.
They had him re-kick it the last time.
Yeah. Looks like they're going to re-kick it. I mean, I understand you don't want to kick it right to him, especially when they already have a return for a touchdown earlier in the game. But, to set it up, Benny, it's 9:30 left in the fourth quarter, 22-21. Central's up. But you're right. I think this is a must-score situation for Sussex Central because Laurel's hot. Good, solid kick. Right down the middle of the field.
And Bell with the return.
Bell with just what the doctor ordered. I mean, for the middle of the fourth quarter, there's kids still flying around making plays and then hitting hard out there.
9:21 to play. Sussex Central with a chance to answer.
This has turned out to be a really great game. What a way to kick off the season.
One of our chat people, folks, Scott, questioned your knowledge of Delaware football, saying Gannon did not play in the 80s, but they were wrong. 84-86, he was the University of Delaware quarterback.
I would not be surprised if I was wrong, Benny.
You were correct.
You could flip a coin about if I was right or wrong.
New Jersey guy with the Delaware stats.
There you go.
Comes a sweep with number 1, Abbott. And I don't think he's going to get anything on that. Dover, or the Laurel defense just swarms to the ball on the edge. 2nd and 10.
For extra credit, what NFL teams did Gannon play for?
Yeah, he played for the Raiders.
Played for a bunch of teams.
Mm-hmm.
I saw him in the Stone Balloon one time.
In the 80s.
I'm not saying what year it was.
2nd and 10.
But I was there. My brother-in-law bartended at the Stone Balloon in the 80s. Happy he bartended at the Stone Balloon.
They're back now, owned by High Five Hospitality, one of our sponsors.
It was a little bit different.
Cannon rolls out to the right, throws, has a man open, incomplete. Going to bring up 3rd and 10. And Scott, that Laurel team and that Laurel fans starting to believe.
A little junkyard dog action over there.
3rd and 10.
Bill Stevenson's book on the stone balloon, if you ever want a UD read.
Yeah.
When were you there?
I didn't go to Delaware. My wife went to Delaware.
Oh, your wife went to Delaware.
She was
right.
about 87.
87, yeah.
To 90s.
The 80s were a different time.
Oh, absolutely. 3rd and 10 here for the Golden Knights. Quick toss back to Bell. Bell's got some running room down the left sideline.
Whoa.
And tripped out of bounds. That was number 2, Niblett, on the tackle. First down, though, for the Golden Knights.
Bell can chew up some ground.
And Bell is down.
Yeah, he's down right on the near sideline. He kind of tried to jump over, and I think he got clipped.
Yeah, Niblett got up a little slow himself.
Yeah. I think that was a huge collision there. Dr. Keene standing there with his arms crossed.
He'll let the athletic trainer deal with it.
Coach Wells is right in there.
This is not something the Golden Knights want.
Yeah, that's not great. So we got 8:20 left, 22-21. Looks like Bell's getting up.
First down, 'cause
yeah, much needed.
The last 10, 12 minutes has been dominated by Laurel.
Let's see if they can get him back in. He's a big part of what they got going on.
It's like 23. Busey will take his place. And that Sturgis takes it close to the 35. Bring up 2nd down.
Sturgis really playing a big role tonight. It's good to see him stepping up for the Knights.
One thing about Central is this wing, it's a system. They run it middle school, Pop Warner, and by the time they get to high school, it's just putting people and just putting new faces in different places.
Yeah, I've been real impressed by the offensive play. They have no starters back from last year, right?
Right, because Custis isn't playing tonight.
Yeah.
2nd and 4 for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, Custis was the only starter coming back.
It's going to be Sturgis again. Puts his head down. He's going to pick up a couple. It's going to be a 3rd and short for the Golden Knights.
Yeah, looks like a little bit of confusion on that play for Central, but
the off-tackle play is, that's Sussex Central. That's the wing T, and that's how they wear you down. They get a score here, and they're in great shape. They had the 1-point lead, and we're going to get an injury? Limehouse limping off the field.
Looks like they took Bell's pads off, so he might be done for the night. 7:26 left in the game in regulation.
PA announcer Tommy Marvel getting into the.
I asked him what song he was going to sing.
He said he wasn't sure.
He said he wasn't sure. You got to figure it out. It's what mood strikes him, he said.
They're going to bring on the chains for a measurement here with 7:26 to play in the 4th quarter.
I was going to say Smoke on Water, but there's not a lot of lyrics to that one.
First down, Sussex Central. So way the chains get reset.
Full house backfield. A little
Back to that wishbone
action.
yeah.
A little wishbone action for Sussex Central. Looks like they got 23 Pucci, Harmon, and Sturgis.
Yeah, that's going to be Sturgis on the carry. Puts his head down.
Sturgis.
And a late flag.
Sturgis just plows ahead. He doesn't care what's going on in front of him. Let's see what this call is.
I think it's going to be something happened with Brudell downfield.
Yeah, he looks like he's not happy with the call.
So no gain on the play. Personal foul against Sussex Central.
That's tough. That's the third one against
Second
Sussex
of
Central.
the quarter or the half,
Yeah.
third of the game. And that's something
that's not great.
They're going to have to clean up.
Yeah. I mean, they're usually a pretty disciplined team, so, I mean, they'll clean that up, but sometimes emotions run high in these close early season games.
Well, the referee marks off the 15-yard infraction. He's going to take the ball back to the 45, and this is something at Central. You don't want this to happen right now.
Yeah, I mean, this is almost as bad as the unsportsmanlike after Nibley caught the
second and 25.
pass.
Keeper by Cannon.
He's just going to run out of room now.
And it gets forced out of bounds.
That's when the sideline becomes your 12th defender.
That's right. He's going to pick up about 8, though. He's going to bring up third and about 14. Seven minutes to play here in the game. Central leading 22-21.
You know, these early season games you look back on and say, you know, coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Right.
And, you know, the longer you could not give Laurel the ball, though, I mean, they're not gonna throw the ball around and score quick. So the longer you keep this going.
Keep it away from them.
Yeah, 3rd and 17. That's a tall order, though, for this offense.
Cannon rolls right, looks downfield, and overthrows his receiver.
Was that Costa
4th down?
again?
No, that was number 4,
That was
Chase
4.
Peden.
Yeah, Jace Peden's made some catches last season.
6:56 to play. Sussex Central's going to have to punt the ball away, but they could be able to punt them deep.
I mean, this is exactly what you didn't want if you were Sussex Central. Let your drive kind of fizzle out and then give the ball back. I mean, 7 minutes is a decent amount of time for a drive for Laurel, though, with the offense they're running.
They've yet to go the full length of the field. Their touchdowns have been with short fields. So let's see if they can go full length.
And Costa uncorked one on the last kick. He also had one blocked. So
we have whistles on the play. Timeout, Laurel. Scott, let's take one with them. Your score is Sussex Central 22, Laurel 21. We'll be right back after this commercial timeout.
Hi, I'm Scott Kammerer, president of Sodell Concepts, the best restaurant group in the state, and we're inviting you to come join our team. Sodell Concepts is a growing hospitality company with 16 restaurants and a variety of other hospitality businesses, all located in beautiful southern Delaware. We have recently added many departments to our executive leadership team, including a training department, a property development department, and a construction department. We invite you to come live at the beach and work with a growing restaurant group with many opportunities to advance your career. Sodell Concepts Restaurant Group, come check us out.
And welcome back to Sussex Central High School. Laurel trying to get one more chance here. Sussex Central, 6:55 to play. They'll be punting the ball away from the Laurel 39. And like you said, Scott, do not let this Laurel team hang around. This could be a huge win for the Bulldogs.
That's the last thing you want them is hanging around late in the game, 1-point game.
Sussex Central just looking to survive right now. Laurel takes the first time out of the second half. It's a sneak or a fake punt and not going to get it. It's going to be Laurel ball, 1st and 10. And Scott, they give them not a short field, but much shorter than it would have even if they kicked it through the end zone. Ball's not going to be at the 34-yard line. 1st and 10, Laurel. So they go for the fake punt. Harmon picks up about 8 on the play, but it's going to be 1st and 10, Laurel Bulldogs with a lot of time. Shockley under center. Hand off to Limehouse. Limehouse steps through a couple tackles. He's going to pick up 2 or 3 on the play. 2nd down. Going to be 2nd and 7 here for the Laurel Bulldogs. Shockley comes under center. Same formation they've been in all game, double wing. And it's going to be Shockley with the keeper, but he's not going to get anything, or maybe a yard on the play. It's going to bring up a 3rd and 5. Let's see what Joey Jones dials up in the 3rd and 5. Here we go, 3rd and 5 for the Laurel Bulldogs. Scott in motion, drops back, looks incomplete for the Laurel Bulldogs. Intended for Niblett, a little low on the throw. Does Joey Jones go for it here?
At some point, you're going to have to.
Yep, on comes Scott in the punt.
How's Scott's mobility looking?
He hasn't had the ball in a while.
Yeah. I mean, after he limped off in the 3rd quarter.
Right.
We'll see how he does on this punt.
Oh, mishandles the punt. And Sussex Central's going to take over. 1st and 10 for the Golden Knights, 5:21 to play. So unable to handle the snap.
Yeah, it looks like he's down again. Yeah, I was a little worried about that when he came back on.
So it's going to be 1st and 10 for Sussex Central. They lead by 1.
So Sussex, oh, there's another flag. So Sussex Central has an opportunity really to put it away right here.
Right.
5:21 left. They're up by 1.
Short field.
Short
ball
field.
35. Going to go to Sturgis. Sturgis turns it up. He's going to pick up about 6 on the play. Brought down by Limehouse. Make that about a gain of 8. 2nd and 2 for the Knights.
This has been a real good back and forth game, and I think the 3rd quarter really showed the depth that Sussex Central has, and they were able to pull away a little bit. And I think Laurel just wasn't able to answer.
2nd and call it a 3 here for the Golden Knights. Ball at the 27. Cannon goes under center. And it's going to be Sturgis again. Cuts it up, looks on the inside. He's got the 1st down inside the 20. 1st down, Golden Knights.
Sturgis with plenty of room up the middle.
Takes the ball down to the 11. 1st and 10.
Sussex Central
timeout.
Their offensive
Laurel.
line firing on all cylinders still.
And we're going to stay right here with us, Scott. We got to start thinking player of the game and pest of the game. At the end of the night, we will pick a player of the game and a pest of the game. Pest of the game brought to you by Active Pest Solution.
I don't know. What are you thinking? Pest of the game.
I got a couple guys in mind. We'll get it during the commercial timeout. 4:31 to play here, though.
And then you got the Louis Pizza player of the game.
The Louis Pizza player of the game.
Gotta
Home
love
of the grinder.
Gotta love Louis Pizza. I think I ate there 27 days in a row one summer.
Well, I've worked for the police department down there. I eat there a lot, trust me. So 1st and 10 for Sussex Central. Ball at the Laurel 11. Touchdown here. Puts them in the driver's seat, but it's never over. They're only ahead by 1. Wishbone formation. Sturgis off the left side, pushes the pile, cuts back to the right, and takes it down to about the 5. It's going to bring up 2nd and about 4.
Sturgis just powering forward still. Really starting to take over this game here in the 4th quarter a little bit.
You know, they lose Shields, they lose Andrew Young last year, or Andrew Long, and they just plug in 2 guys, Scott.
I mean, they had a 3-headed monster of a running running attack last year that we thought was going to be real hard to duplicate.
I'll tell you what, like the Lake Forest coaches told me, if Cannon gets his time, then this team might be trouble for people down the road.
I mean, it says a lot if you don't have one offensive starter back.
He's got the first down, but he's going to be shy of the touchdown. Ball inside the 1. First down, Sussex Central. First and goal for the Knights from the 1. Wishbone formation. Cannon goes under center. Cannon with the quarterback sneak.
Yeah, he's in.
Touchdown, Sussex Central.
Yeah, Cannon with just a little bit of room. That's all he needed to get in.
Behind that big line. Sussex Central has size.
I tell you what, Cannon's he's really impressed me. I mean, we thought a lot about him coming in, and we were surprised he won the battle in the preseason.
Just from the athlete.
Just from the athletic standpoint, I mean, I've seen him play baseball too. He's a good athlete all around. I mean, he could play all the sports. You know, he's a senior now, and he's coming into his own, and he's starting to be able to really he's the kind of guy that, you know, he could carry a team. He could carry a team deep into the playoffs.
Kick is up, and good. So Sussex Central takes an 8-point lead. 29-21. We'll stay right here.
Still a one-score game, Benny.
It is still a one-score game.
And Laurel has scored quickly.
And they also converted their 2-point conversion.
Yeah, they do have a little bit of quick strike capability. Limehouse is dangerous.
Salesianum leads DMA 16-7. Cape leads Red Lion 21-7.
Cape's got a good freshman quarterback.
Right, Tingle.
Yeah, Tingle. Jamison
week,
Tingle.
The next week they host Del Castle.
Yeah, it's interesting to see what's going on with Cape. You know, they got the ex-NFL player and Frederick, and they got a pretty good coaching staff. They just need some guys in the system over there, and you know, Jamison Tingle. That's going to be an interesting. We'll see how that turns out.
They had a tough crossover draw into picking up St. Mark's as their other 3A.
Yeah, that's the problem. Even though St. Mark's is the smallest 3A school by
I'll tell you what, when you see that line, when you see that line.
Yeah, exactly. You only need a couple big guys to make it happen.
Short kick calls for the fair catch.
So we'll see.
Laurel's going to get the ball, what, their 29?
Yeah, they got it at their 30.
We'll see we'll see Cape and Lopin when they play Sussex Central here, and then we'll see them again the following week when they host Caesar Rodney for homecoming. Caesar Rodney losing to William Penn today 34-27. They trailed at one point 22-0.
Be nice to see Caesar Rodney after some of the rough seasons they've had to kind of put it together again and be competitive. You hate to see any of those old Henlopen North teams not be competitive, you know.
1st and 10 they go to the pistol for the Bulldogs. There's over the middle to Limehouse, and Limehouse has the first down.
That's the first pass to Limehouse.
A little slant pattern. He caught 3 or 4 in their scrimmage. Made a couple athletic catches.
I mean, he can get separation. I mean, that's a guy that I definitely would try and go to. As long as you can get separation, even a young quarterback can fit the ball in there.
In the pistol, 3 receivers to the near side. Limehouse again. That's intercepted by Malik Bell.
Malik Bell stepping up.
I'm sorry, no, that's Sturgis.
Yeah, Sturgis 6.
Makes a couple cuts.
Taking the score.
Touchdown, Sussex Central.
Wow. Sturgis to the house.
45-yard interception return for the touchdown.
They went to the well one too many times with Limehouse in a row.
Right in front of him.
He stepped right in front of it. He read that perfectly. Sturgis putting the nail in the coffin for the Laurel Bulldogs drive there with a huge interception in return. Just when we were looking for someone to be the pest of the game.
Right.
With 2:50 left in the game, Sturgis delivers for Sussex Central.
Yes, he does.
Wow.
So on the kick is number 35, Escobar Gonzalez. And we gotta get Central's ball on the field. 35-21. It's good. So we're going to go to a quick commercial timeout. Your score is Sussex Central 36, Laurel 21. We'll be right back.
In life, some things just go together, like a burger and fries, and home and auto insurance from State Farm. So make it a combo. Combining your home and auto insurance could save you time and money. And who doesn't like that? Just call State Farm agent Juwan Johnson and find out how you could start saving today. It's just another way we're here to help life go right.
And we're back to Sussex Central High School. Score Sussex Central 36, Laurel 21. 2:50 to play in the game. Sussex Central will be kicking it away. Stay with us. Coming up at the postgame, the Sodell Concepts postgame show. We'll have the player of the game brought to you by Louis Pizza and the pest of the game brought to you by Active Pest Solution. So we'll see Escobar Gonzalez to kick it away. Last one he kicked high and into the middle row.
Except for the first quarter, Ben, it's been an exciting game. I mean, 57 points in 3 quarters.
He kicks this one down the middle, takes it at about the 10-yard line, and going to pick up about 10 on the return, and here come the Knights.
That's right. Ran into a wall there.
2:44 to play. Ball about the 20. First and 10, Laurel.
This game's had a little bit of everything, though. The interception return for a touchdown, kickoff return for a touchdown, block punts, a 3-touchdown game by Shockley. Gabe Cannon stepping up for his first high school start of the quarterback.
3 turnovers in the game. Limehouse with an interception. Sturgis with an interception. First and 10, Laurel, ball at the 21.
And the Sussex Central defensive line, when they needed it, they stepped up and played. Shepard played good. Perez played good.
Toss to Limehouse around the left side. Puts his head down, picks up about 3 or 4. And Central's just saying that they fumbled.
Yeah, they're running their offense out there.
And so are the officials. So another turnover for Laurel. It's their 3rd of the game.
Wow. Okay.
So Sussex Central, 2:35 to play. Offense on the field at the Laurel 28 to give Limehouse a gain of 1 and a fumble. Cannon brings into play from the sideline. And it's going to be Harmon. Harmon cuts it up inside. Now it's number 1, Abbott. And he's going to pick up a few on the play, bring up 2nd down.
Yeah, that's number 1, William Abbott, the senior.
Pick up of 3 on the play, 2nd and 7.
We'll see, but I think Sussex Central might have a good little squad here. They might have they don't look much different than last year, even though there's a lot of different players. Everything looks pretty much the same and solid. Again, it's going to be the injury bug. You hope that Bell's okay. They got to stay healthy, and they got to keep developing.
So you already have Sturgis out to start the season. Now Bell takes the pads off tonight.
Yeah, Custis is out, right?
Right.
Will he be back?
I hope. They're hoping the first couple weeks. But.
You know, on Laurel's side, they went head-to-head. I mean, they exchanged touchdowns for a while with Sussex Central.
They stepped up in division. They took on a 3A team, and this was a ball game. This game was contested into midway through the fourth quarter.
Especially considering they graduated 17 seniors.
Right.
Including their quarterback who started 44 games in a row.
That's right.
I mean, that's saying something.
3rd and 7 for the Golden Knights. I think they're just happy to run out the clock here and get out of here with a win. You know, we were looking at 22-21 Laurel with the ball, fourth quarter. Sussex Central looking to escape here with a win. Now they come out with a couple touchdowns, and they're going to walk out of here with a decisive victory.
I mean, Sussex Central got a lot to be proud of in this game. Anytime you can knock off Laurel in a decisive victory in the last few years, that's saying something.
And it's going to be a handoff to Abbott. And he gets it down inside the 20 to about the 18. And that's going to be a first down.
And 21 seconds left.
So probably won't even have to take a snap here.
Yeah, they don't have to take it.
We'll take a once the clock tips down, we'll go to our quick commercial and then come back to our post-game show. And that's it, folks. From Sussex Central High School, the Golden Knights, they defend the castle 36-21. We'll be right back with the post-game show.
Turn your vision into a reality with Capstone Homes Design Center, bringing personalization, luxury, and quality all into one location, where you'll meet with our certified design consultant that'll show you exactly what you're choosing, so you can make the best choice for you when designing your new home. From first home to vacation houses, we build and design homes for everyone. Set up your appointment now and design your dream home today at Capstone Homes.
Unwanted house guests from invading your home. With cold weather coming, overwintering pests are headed inside. If you're not proactive, you could be left with a pest problem.
Expertise is needed to inspect, identify a problem, and offer environmentally sound solutions like Active Pest Solutions.
Prevention is the key to stopping cluster flies, stink bugs, crickets, and mice from entering your home. Protect your home with a proactive pest plan. Contact Active Pest Solutions, your local pest expert.
For more information, visit delmarvaexperts.com.
And Scott, the ants are on the screen. And that can only mean one thing. It's time to announce the pest of the game. You talk about this guy.
Yeah, absolutely. Number
60
Perez played a really great game. He had tackles at opportune times. He split double teams. He played against two potential all-state linemen and really came up big. The whole defensive line came up big, so we're going to give the pest of the game to number 60.
Victor Perez.
Victor Perez. He's a junior out of Sussex Central.
And it's time for the Louis Pizza Player of the Game, and that's going to go to number 6, J. Juwan Sturgis. 2 touchdowns on the night, 1 on defense, 1 on offense. The pick 6 was the nail.
Yeah, and he really did it all for Sussex Central today. He played great on defense, interception return for a touchdown. He had another touchdown, Ray. Played great on offense, carried the bulk of the running, and super impressed by him. He's a junior from Sussex Central. Sturgis, super great game, and we were looking forward to seeing him the rest of the season.
Let's go through the final stats. Laurel, 173 total yards, 71 passing, 102 rushing, 11 first downs, 3 huge turnovers. For Sussex Central, 215 yards total, 20 yards passing, 195 on the ground, 10 first downs, 1 turnover. Bell for Laurel, 11 carries for 27 yards. Limehouse, 7 for 34. And Shockley, 4 for 37 with 3 touchdowns. Malik Bell for Sussex Central, 10 for 97, went out early in the, I think, fourth quarter. Sturgis, 11 carries, 57 yards for a touchdown, and a pick 6 in the fourth quarter. Cannon was 1 of 7 for 20 yards. Shockley, 4 of 7 for 41 with an interception. Next week, we will travel west Thursday and be when the Woodbridge Blue Raiders host Colonel Richardson Colonels out of Maryland. Soto Concept pregame show begins at 6:35 with kickoff at 7. The Hens played tonight. Last we heard, they were winning 10-7. Tomorrow, the Delaware State Hornets, they will host Bowie State at 1 o'clock. And Scott, tomorrow's Saturday. College football kicks off. I'll be up early 9 o'clock for the game day show. That's a wrap for tonight's Downstate Game of the Week for Ethan Minshall, Donald Flowers, Brandon Hill, Dave Marvel, Kristen Mitchell back in the studio, Scott Kammerer. I'm Benny Mitchell. Thank you for watching. The final score of tonight's game, Sussex Central 36, Laurel 21. Have a safe, sports-filled weekend from all of us here at Delaware Live, powered by 302 Sports. Good night, Delaware sports fans.